tap, tap, tap. Is this thing on? I think it must be. Oops, I went in the wrong screen. Ha! Oh, and this screen is showing my desktop, which is super cool. Whoopsie. I am a professional streamer, by the way. She never said about herself ever. Hello, everybody. Hello, loppy ear waifu. Hello, 'tis I, your worst nightmare. Feels a little weird for my... I've had issues controlling my fucking audio all day today, and I don't know what's going on. But my, I think my G-Hub's just wigging out. It's been acting like I can't control my headset, and I don't know why. It was only after I came back to work this afternoon from my lunch, and then it was like, hey, by the way, you don't get to ever control your volume ever. And I was like, that's cool. I wanted to listen to all these calls at maximum volume anyway. Don't worry about it. /S, by the way. What are those flags? What is that? That's so silly. Surrender and red flag. Oh, real. Oh, Tox, can you do me a favor and do exclamation point commands? Thanks. I just want to make sure. Monka S. Well, that's no good. Do I have to make... How do I make Streamlabs a YouTube moderator, though? Or Stream Elements? Yeah. Because it said I had everything all set up on the... God damn it. My DPI is all fucking bonkers, too. This will just be a fun hangout while we wait for some people to arrive. Also, Talks, to answer your other question about we can figure it out later. No, I put commands in my title, man. I gotta figure it out. We're waiting anyway. It's fine. We're chilling. I don't have my Twitch linked to my OBS at all. So Twitch is linked to Streamlabs OBS, and YouTube is linked to regular OBS. So it shouldn't see my Twitch at all. That shouldn't even be an issue. Bot is not currently in my chat. Ah, okay, I figured it out. Don't worry, I got it. Hold on. My problem was, you know how Twitch is like, or YouTube is like, you can't have video, you gotta, if you want to add moderators, you gotta have their YouTube thing. I have to, there we go. Try now. Neat, thanks. Try the command again. Hey! What the fuck? Bitch, what the fuck? I know it should be working now. I added it as a moderator. But it's not even showing in my chat. Hey gamers. Hi gamer. How are you doing, Saf? Quick question. What's up, Talks? Sorry, I shoved fries in my mouth. When you log into Streamlabs, yeah, of course I use my YouTube. It's recognizing that I'm live right now. So I know it's connected to the right account. I've only been logged into my YouTube account. Yeah. Could just be a limited functionality issue. But, I mean, that would be silly. That would be very silly, wouldn't it? I am, Saf. At least I'm planning to. Like, I mean, I'll still use my Twitch account to, like, lurk you guys and other streamers and that kind of thing. But, well, technically... Actually, I guess you can split time when you're affiliated on Twitch. You just can't simulcast. Simulcast, I guess is the actual word, sorry. BRB, okay, Tux. You can simulcast, but you can't simulcast, but you could split time. But I was just like, I'm changing a lot of the stuff that I'm doing. I've been a little bit angry with some of Twitch's practices. So whatever, I'm just gonna switch. You know, fresh start, new platform. They're making a bunch of changes coming up this year. A lot of people are still trying to be salty, like, you know, YouTube's not gonna be any better than Twitch. And I'm like, maybe not, but I don't know. I don't know yet. We don't know. That's the thing. It's all new. We have no idea. Now YouTube is also trying to tell me that my kbps is way down. What percentage does YouTube give you? I actually am not 100% sure off the top of my head. Because I don't have access to the monetization program until I have 1,000 subs. Woo! Welcome back. Oh, okay. Tox knows. Tox has done a little bit more research than I have. So he's aware. This is why he's part of why he's a mod. He knows what he's doing. Meanwhile, I'm a big dumb. Yeah, I guess 70-30 is much better. The only thing that beats that is Fan House, I think, because Fan House is 90. Hey, Car. Yeah, it's a little daunting. But that's because YouTube doesn't have a separate monetization program for streamers versus regular content uploaders. So, and I mean, really, if you're like streaming fairly regularly, getting 1,000 subs on YouTube is, I feel like, pretty feasible compared to 1,000 followers on Twitch. Yeah, the requirements are a little more intense because they haven't really been, I think it's part of it's like they haven't really been a popular platform either. So they weren't like, it wasn't a focus. Am I going to be putting videos out? I don't know. I hate video editing. The VODs remain as watchable content. Exactly. Yeah. So that's the part of the thing is people can watch the stuff as well. Instead, oops. I made myself be. They can watch it as well on VOD as well as stream. If only you had a roommate who enjoyed video editing. Oh, I mean, I actually didn't know that you did. That was I genuinely did not know that. I don't think we've ever really talked about it, so I hadn't really asked, you know? But, I mean, if either of you want to become editors, by all means. YouTube is in the works to make a thing that will allow you to take your channel clips and easily turn... Yes, the shorts. Yes, they announced that recently. That, Oh, I'm going to take the commands out of the thingy. Karaoke and other shenanigans. Since the commands aren't working, I'm taking them out of the title. We vaguely discussed it when we were... Oh, ma'am, that was so long ago now. I don't remember that. I'm surprised you remembered that conversation because I did not. I did not recall that happening. Yo, it is so quiet. I'm sorry. Let me pull up one of the stream-friendly playlists so we've got something bopping. However, I'm only going to unearth my old AMVs when properly applied with alcohol. Valid. Honestly, I get it. Oh shit. Did I? Okay, I found the Stream Beats channel. I need to follow it so I can like not lose it. Still sub to that on Spotify. Nice. Hi, Minda. It's still not gonna work, Tox. I don't know what's going on. I've done everything that I'm supposed to. I don't know. Let me see the playlists again. There's a Christmas playlist, but anyone who knows me knows I don't Oh! Yay! Can you... Okay. So maybe he's just slow in YouTube chat compared to Twitch. Oh, hi. Hello. Welcome. Is it... Okay, I'm probably going to say it wrong. Venus? Or Venus? It's Afro. Oh, okay. Venus. So then it's Venus. Okay, if I know it's you, then I know it's Venus. But I was just like, who is this random? I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. I promise I don't mean it. Let's do chill step. How darest you not call yourself Afro everywhere? Ugh, I know, right? It's called marketing, sweetie. How do we feel about the new model, by the way? She has floppy ears now and glasses, and I'm very, very pleased. The only thing that would please me more would be a different outfit and her hat, but I can't get either of those things right now. Fun story. Ooh, I like a good story. I made my Twitter back in 2014 so no one would take my name when I became internet famous. That's so cute. It's a good thing you did that. So when you become famous soon, nobody has it. I think I don't have the Nuzlocke command for YouTube Streamlabs talks. Or is it listed in the commands? It shouldn't be. You like Lapex? Yay! Me too. I think she's really cute. The new V-Ride Studio allowed me to put glasses on her, and I almost cried. Just imagine how cute she'll be when she has a hat. I committed a little crime, and just a little one. Nothing that I will be using for official commercial purposes because I don't want to actually get in trouble. But I pulled the Forgiven's hat of casting from 14, and I played with it in Blender to put it on her head, and she looked so cute. I was so sad because I want to put it on her so bad, but, you know, I'd get in trouble. I don't have permission from Square to do that. Takes me to the login page. I bet it was cuter. What are you talking about? What? Oh. I'm sitting here like, what? You can't type? Well, that much is clear. Yeah, no, now it makes sense. I was like, what cuter than what? What are you talking about? Also, I've noticed that the chat box isn't working. I don't know why. Stream Elements just wants to hate me. It's going to be a little bit of a scuffed stream tonight. But once we start actually playing game, that shouldn't be an issue, because, yeah. So, I had planned... Ew, why am I in news and politics? Disgusting. Fucking what? Nasty. Okay, I'm making sure too that this is age restricted. Floppity floppity ears, Hex is uwu. Ah, thank you. Let me, Thank you. I think she's very cute too. I think this is still my Angie. And this is my other happy one. So, as I was saying, I was planning to start the stream with, Sorry Car karaoke request. Because it was, people on Twitch wanted it, or on Twitter wanted it. I was looking for you on Twitch. Oops, I'm sorry, BB. I'm sorry. Shows how much I was paying attention. It's alright. I appreciate you even stopping by. I'm guessing it's Riles? I'm just guessing by your username. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I apologize. I don't know everyone's YouTube names yet, so yes. Oh, I'm so big brain. Shows how much I do pay attention. I'm sorry, I carry you. Please don't be mad at me. You came in. I'm funny. Hee 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 hee. So clever. Oh yeah, you like, this is, Blissy helped me do these ears, Riles. What do you think? My cute little floppy wiggle ears. I just put the textures on, but she did the actual work to craft the shape because I could not fucking figure it out. I really should make a Riles YouTube. You can just make an alternate account attached to your main one. That's what this is for me. This is just a side account attached to the same Gmail. They let you do that. They're so cute. Yay! I'm so glad everybody likes them. I was a little nervous because I know they're not perfect and, you know, not everybody likes the floppy ears as much as the stand-up ears. But that's spoons. Well, I can help you sometime if you want. Not like log into your account and help you, but like we could pop in a voice and I could walk you through it and help you. But I was just introducing karaoke time when you came in here. So I was intending to have a chat command that people could use to ping me to tell me that they have a song request, but Stream Elements bot is being a little bitch baby, so that's not really a thing right now. As you can see, a lot of my things are just being goofy tonight, so I figured that we will just, I mean, there's only a couple of you, so it's not like, you know, we're going to be popping with requests or anything. So If anyone has a starting request, start a Google Doc. I appreciate you. Talks for number one mod. Everybody say thank you, Talks. Also, I see you changed your icon to the Talks Nuki. Ow! Just smacked my hand on my desk. Thank you to see Riles gets it. My old icon was from 20. Yeah, I went to go add you as a mod to the channel today, and I was like, what is this icon? Is this the right guy? And then I looked at it, I squinted at it a little more and realized it was you because I'd seen it before. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. That makes sense now. I'm just so used to your other ones that I got confused when I pulled it up. I was like, what? Okay, well, at least I don't have any dropped frames. That's good. All right. Who wants to put in the first request? I didn't have a plan on any songs. So, icon is from 2006. Hey, we're not judging in this house. I was just giving Talks a hard time because I'm legally obligated to. I really do need to put colliders on her boobs so my hair stops clipping. What do you know? It's a very wide range. Let's put it this way. My Spotify playlist has everything from Wicked and Phantom of the Opera to Switchfoot to Corpse Husband to Twice K-pop. So try me. Touch My Body by Sistar. If I pick a K-pop random, how likely is it that you will know? I will probably know of the song, but I can't guarantee that I'll like know it by heart. Like even Touch My Body, like it's one of those songs that I've always heard listening to K-pop for the last decade, but like I still have to be listening to it, which we'll plan to do. I'm gonna pull up karaoke videos specifically. Do you know Shiny? Oh yeah. I did a dance tribute for Jonghyun for his birthday a couple years back after he passed away. And we did it when I was living on the West Coast. Sherlock. Oh, okay. That's one that okay, I should put it out there. So I've been listening to K-pop since 2010. And Lucifer was popular at the time. I didn't really actively follow Shiny, but I know who they are. And like I'm very familiar with them. But yes, there's a bridge in the city that I used to live near that is the same color as Shiny's fan colors. So my friend and I went and filmed with the bridge, a Jonghyun tribute with his bridge with the bridge in the background. Maybe one day I will play it for stream, but it has my obviously my IRL face, so we'll see. You probably did. I probably showed it to you. And I think I've showed it on my old Twitch stream before. Because I'm really proud of us. We learned the choreography for Hallelujah in about 3 days. And then filmed, edited, and posted it in time for his birthday. We also recorded a dance cover for what was that dance thing that was going on with J-Hope's song? Oh fuck, I can't remember what song it is by him. It's I'd have to look. I'd have to look at J-Hope's mixtape because I don't remember it off the top of my head. But we did another one and we learned that dance that we did for it in 3 hours. So yeah. Okay, so I will say since Tox was the first one to suggest a song, he'll get Touch My Body first by Sistar. And then Sherlock by Shiny. So let me pull up a Touch My Body, do not body. I'm not actually trying yet. Don't come for me. Touch my body. Karaoke. Oh boy. Mariah Carey. There's an instrumental version. No, I need like lyrics on the screen. Oh, this is great. This is for a actual norebang. This is from an actual like norebang place, I think. Touch my body, body. All right, I'm just gonna do this. Really, really professional, I know. But I figure, oh, I can just full screen too. Ugh, the Mariah Carey one is the one I thought of. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't actually listen to Mariah Carey except for when I have to once a year, so. Or one time a year. All right, let me pause. Okay, also, I should say my sound levels in OBS might be a little fucky compared to what they were in Streamlabs. So if anything is off, please do let me know, because this is also kind of a test stream in its own way. This might be really loud, so I'm very sorry. Yeah, it looks like when you go to norebang. Oh my god, I'm crying. Touch my body, body, touch my body, body, touch my body, body, touch my body. Oh, oh, I want it. Oh my god, I don't actually know the words. Wait, hold on, sorry. So I just realized this is my moment where I'm realizing I don't actually know the words to this song. I know the chorus, but I've never like actually sat down and learned the verses for this song. So I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh my god. It's gonna be the same with Sherlock. That's one where like there are a lot of older K-pop songs where I know them from listening to them a lot, and I have like the choruses for sure, but the verses are gonna be a hot mess. So I just need you all to be aware. Don't judge me too hard. 달콤한 초콜릿 초콜릿 내가 준비한 wine? I don't know the verses either. It's a little silly, but I do kind of pride myself on the number of like K-pop songs that I've been able to memorize. Like, it's a little prideful of me, I'm very aware. But I used to spend a lot of time memorizing K-pop lyrics, so and J-pop. So, all right, this is gonna be a train wreck. I hope you're ready. Oh my god, okay, I know what the problem is. I'm so used to norebang is not a joke. They don't have like the backing, they only have the backing tracks. You don't get any of the audio from the actual song except for like backing vocals. So I'm losing track because I'm used to just singing along with Hyorin. Yeah. Yeah, baby, dancing with me. Touch my body, 오른쪽에 시퍼렇게. Oh, everybody, 하늘 하늘보다 높이. 지금 이리마자 불타는 거리가 원나. Body, body, touch my body, baby, so good. 지금 내 버린 paradise, baby, so nice. 우리 둘만의 summer night. Oh my god. Okay, I can't. I'm embarrassing myself too much. The other struggle. I'm giving a lot of excuses. I'm very aware. But the other hard part with a lot of K-pop is it's overlapping vocals from multiple members of the group. So it's my brain, I have to pick a member to follow and then just sing those ones, not the overlaps. So like I was trying to sing Hyorin and I think it's Bora at the same time, and I was just like, yes, Sherlock by Shiny. I'll probably, unless it's a song that I really get into. Karaoke. Oh. No, you're prepping. Maybe a K-pop solo, like one person instead of 6 people in a nauseous camera. Yeah. You have a link. Wow. Guys, Tox is really on it. Oh. Wait, this one. This is the actual music video. Oh, it won't let me click. Ah! Hold on. Hold on, I goofed. Touch my body. Is this the TJ one? Oh, it won't let me open that. You're using the TJ one? I'm gonna use this one. I want to see, because this has a music video too. I will probably get claimed by UMG, but it's fine. 9 years ago. All right, let's see how badly I can fuck this up. Oh, look at them!
Shiny's back. Shiny's back.
They're back.
Shiny's
Hey guys, do you think Shiny's back? This cat, what's she doing? Oh, I think it's the actual song. Oh my god! Minho, your hair! Minho, please. Your hair. Ara. Oh no, this doesn't have the... Oh my god. Okay, this requires that I actually know the song, because this does not actually move with the words. I rolled my chair back a bit, not knowing she'd put her tail in the way again, and she got offended. Oh my god, okay. I think I have to use the TJ one, because this one doesn't follow... This one doesn't actually, like, give me the timing for the words. I'm very sorry. It's fine. I think this one will be less nauseating than the other one. Because it's just a... I'm gonna turn it up a little bit too so I can hear. Shiny's back. Shiny's back. Shiny's back. Back. I know the tune but not the words. Right? Like, kind of same. But not enough of the tune to carry it. Just, like, jam to it. 지금부터 I'll stop 어느 날에라도 이 현장을 벗어난 안 돼 간 상고에 No, I'm doing it so bad. 남을시 않나 서로 자유로 이미 나의 어린 순간에 곁이 없지 않나 I'm butchering it so bad. 나의 Is this what it's like when I go to 노래방 with my friend and she can't sing it all? 난 freeze 아금도 다른 데를 Oh my god, this key. Baby, oh, I'm curious. I'm so curious, yeah. I'm so curious, yeah. She 너를 torture는데 내 머릿속 전화를 내가 무슨 뭔가 소리도 없이 우리 도는 순간인데 소용돌이 I'm curious, yeah. 순간 고르려봐. I'm so curious, yeah. I'm so curious, yeah. 지금 내 앞에 너 슬쩍 생각나. 신문하겠어 내가 원한대 납치가 있어 눈술이 빛난다 잘해줘 어쩜 넌 이마에 왔는지 모르지 나는 알부터 그때 잠기지 않았어지 내가 맨날 it keeps switching tempos. And baby, oh, I'm so curious, yeah. 순간 꼴에 물어봐, oh, I'm so curious, yeah. I'm so curious, yeah. Tonight, Shiny's in the house. I have a drink to limber up, but it's a school night. I'm honestly, the problem is, when it comes to the older songs, like older K-pop, I am slightly more familiar with like the standards, like Big Bang, 2PM, 21. Me trying to think of who is considered classic K-pop. Those are like the the ones that I was really into back in the day. I can probably do 90% of Jay Park's discography because I'm a hoe. It's okay, you did good things. Thanks, Riles. Thank you for lying to me. The problem was I started being able to like read the Hangul and I could see what sounds were supposed to be happening, but I had no idea what key it was in or what the tempo was supposed to be. Oh my god, is that That XX by GD over here? It is! That XX. Oh my god, that's a good song. I remember that song. XX is censored version of a swear word in Korean, by the way. I think it's Kisaki? I was singing with you. Thank you. I appreciate the emotional support. Thanks for the support. 게임을 하면 이거 하지? See, I can do Korean for Diva's voice lines. And I do have like a decent chunk of K-pop I can manage, but that just, I knew less of it than I thought I did. It's been too long. There's an old CN Blue song that I used to know that I could probably still manage, but it's not about what Sorry if you can hear me slurping soda. Does anyone have any other requests? Me in the background trying this too. See, I have the advantage that I could read the Hangul. Sing something I know. Oh man. I'm trying to think of songs that I know. Like, no. The one I was doing the other day was Come Back Home by 21. The unplugged version. That's good. I used to know MTBD by 21 also. All of the Crush album by 21. Because it's all good. I miss them a lot. And they're why I don't like Blackpink. Sorry. Don't request Blackpink. You got one. Hit me with it. Don't send me the link. It won't let me open the links for some reason. Thank you. Oh. Okay. Okay. So Toxus sent me. Was that your? I heard the clap. Was that your reaction to KDA coming on the screen? I think you picked the one KDA song that I don't know very well. Like, as well, I should say. Of their main songs. But I can fumble my way through it enough that I can do it, so it's fine. Alright. I gotta take a second to get it in my brain. I know 0.5% of the song and I'm ready. All right. I know more of more. And obviously villain. But we'll start with the baddest. Baddest do what the baddest do. The baddest do. We the baddest do. Baddest do what the baddest do. The baddest do. We the baddest. We're coming at you live. Real wild. Here to light it up. Set the world on fire. Gonna break the rules and hearts and twos. Cause that's what the baddest do. Never going back. None of that. Diamonds on drip, cause I came to make a splash. I'm gonna break the rules and hearts and twos, cause that's what the baddest do. I spit the heat, I'll melt your face, I'll disappear. I'm your eraser in the cut, just like a razor. Murder business with my blazer. I got all the boys on me, I got all the lines on ring. Knock 'em dead, turning heads. I got all the eyes on me. Pretty face, gotta do the walk. You ham so dinja. You wanna G-man motion jana. I get tanjana. You like whoa, Kali, you the goat. Not Aji, I know. 준비해, cause I like to ball. 멈추지 않아. 나는 이렇게 라이브를 거밀 때 미쳐봐. 그게 어떻게 high. like sound to the shades. Oh my god. 나는 boss, 간지 with the sauce. I'm doing damage when just how I planned it. I do what I want when I say. 모두 나 타락할 끝이잖아. To live on the edge of insane. Coming at you live, real wild. Here to light it up, set the world on fire. Gonna break the rules and hearts and twos, cause that's what the baddest do. Never going back, none of that. Diamonds on drip, cause I came to make a splash. We're gonna break the rules and hearts and twos, cause that's what the baddest do. It's crazy. Sorry for the bad news, sorry I'm so bad. Only took a minute for me to get what you had. Sorry for the bad news, no one makes you sad. I'll be here for a minute, baby, you should beg it. Way that I took it, be like in the law. I bet I'm got it, I take what I want. My circle smell like a round of applause. You know that I love the sound of applause. You know I mean everything that I say. When you see me come and get out of the way, I came to say, back and I'm better and ready to say. I'm doing damage when just how I planned it. I do what I want when I say 모두 나 타락해 짐지 않아. To live on the edge of insane, it's crazy. Sorry not sorry for being the best. 어쩌든지 내가 좀 해. Look at the gold all on my chest. Look at the gold, call it a flex. I almost choked on my saliva halfway through. Please? I also forgot how long Kali's rap at the start is, so I started losing track. Her rap at the start of More is a little bit easier, though, too. That one goes off the fucking rails. Thank you for the applause. Thank you, thank you. What song was that? It was called The Baddest by KDA. Dude, KDA is mwah, so good. So it's originally, KDA is created by Riot to promote League of Legends. Every year for their World Cup series, they make a new song that's like the theme of the season. And they started doing this thing a while ago. Well, it started with KDA. And they basically took the actual game characters and gave them artists who are their voices. So Ari and Akali are members of the K-pop group G-Idol, and then Kaisa and Evelyn are voiced by various Western artists. So I think the main ones are Madison Beer and what's her name? I forget the other girl's name. I'm offended at myself. But yes. And then for a couple songs, they've had other Western artists, guest as the characters. They also had, what was the girl that voiced Seraphine in More? I don't remember. But they had a Chinese artist do a guest in their song More, which is this one right here. And then when they actually perform the KDA songs on stages, they'll project so that the game characters are dancing and stuff with the actual performers. It's pretty dope, not gonna lie. Like, yeah, Tencent and Riot have their issues, but it's pretty fucking dope. Bertone. Sorry, I said dope and I immediately thought BTS. Lexi Lou, Gyra Burns. That's who I was trying to think of. Lexi Lou is Seraphine. Do more KDA. Everybody wants more KDA. Do we all agree? I guess, I mean, more is right there. I might as well, I guess. Sorry, not sorry for being the best. Yee? Alright, that's a vote yes for... I like that this is a channel, a very specific channel, just LOL karaoke. KDA, should we show them how we do it every day? Na 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 na. Callie that girl, Callie go girl, Callie don't stop, Callie don't skirt, Callie got a job, Callie go to work, to go agenda, don't get burnt. I'm trying to hold it on the buffet, like a buffet. Nuga got me on my huffet, come young chima, that's a rough day. I'm giving you more cause I'm greater than, pretty ominous, sit on the job I mean. Tell me we talking, babe, but Lama Mrs. Monopoly. The Jonah got cheated, the money, murder money, the pet of the. Oh my god, go get it, the mission. Oh my god. Say I'm different. Cause all I'll ever know is life upon a throne. 시작하면 그때 보는 거야, you want more. No, I got it, so here you go. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it and never wanna know. Yeah, I got more than enough, add it up and away. You know I got it like bomb, blow your mind, never give it less, and that's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. When I go, it's for gold, yeah they cool, but I'm cold, I don't fit in the mold, I'm a rebel, I don't do what you say, making moves, I don't wait, when I smile in your face, I got different DNA, what's higher than the top, that's me, come take a look before falling at my feet, 정념이 머물 숙여봐, so take a look, 날 기울게요 clean, all I'll ever know is life upon the throne. 시작하면 그때 보는 거야, you want more. No, I got it, so here you go. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it and never wanna know. Yeah, I got more than enough, add it up and away. You know I got it like bomb, blow your mind, never get less, and that's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. This is the hard part. Way out, 건져요로 하던 on the wave. Now, 부단 멍청야 you ever weighed down. This is how I do it every day. Wow, wow. 제일루셔같이 지려지 눈에 니들 매이게 실전 우리래야얀 I know you want some more 준비하지 지쳐도 giving it all so here you go you look like you could use some more no I got it and never wanna know yeah I got more than enough add it up and away you know I got it like bomb, blow your mind, never getting less, and that's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. The Mandarin part. Yeah. Yeah. The Mandarin is hard. It was very nice to have the words in front of me for that one. Ay. There's an English version of The Baddest. Why would you do that? Sag. Let me drink actual water instead of just soda, which corrodes my throat and makes it harder to sing. emoji. You got this. Oh, arigato. Or 감사합니다, since we're doing Korean songs. 감사. I think she does. Isn't that one of Diva's voice lines? 감사. Yeah, it is. I said it and then I immediately knew in my head that it was true. All right. Does anyone have any other requests? Now I have more stuck in my head. You might? What's up, B? Yeah, I got more than enough, adding up and away. You know I got it like bum bum, blow your mind, never last, and that's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. It's a little out of tune, but you know. It's also hard because I can't hear myself with my headset on. Now I understand why when artists are performing in booths, they always have they always have one ear uncovered so you can kind of hear yourself. Kara sent a request. Oh, it's the Japanese version. Ah, okay. Hold up. No, I'm trying to pause it. I like that you sent me the Japanese one because you knew that this is the one that I like and know better. Alright, I shouldn't start. Weeb time. Hey girl, I honestly taught myself to sing. A majority of me learning to sing when I was younger was partly tips from my father and also listening to a ton of Weeb songs on CDs. So you will receive, no, it's fine. All right, this is Rainy CH. I actually don't know how you're supposed to pronounce her name. I'm sorry. So this is Rainy CH's Japanese version of Doja Cat's Say So, because I actually know this one better than the English.夜は朝までずっとそばにいて合図もしたって言わないの全然気づかずもう方法もない私が欲しいとそう言ってよ夜は朝までずっとそばにいて合図もしたって言わないの全然気づかずもう方法もない私が欲しいとそう言ってよいつか君が愛をせず打ち明けられない君はどうしたどうじゃべいの教えてよ悲しくと今抜けば逃げたいけどたまらない Cause もう続けてもいいお互いに責め合って欲しいならほろさかべしないと聞けない夜を覚まれずっとそばにいて合図をしたって言わないの全然気づかずもう方法ない私が欲しいとそう言ってよ夜を覚まれずっとそばにいて合図をしたって言わないの全然気づかずもう方法ない私が欲しいとそう言ってよ We won't have to 息を飲んで言ったことならないよ just like this 隣にするときはない Really why you want to come to my place Like it, love it, たまらん Touch it, own it 飛ばたホストハッペンスキしているなんていらない Shut it, save it 進めシャワー記事に Yeah, know it, you want all this woman 味わってみたい Love it up, touch it up, you with me 友達で say you like committed Friend anybody 変わりがない All the body ありふれていい夜は進まれずっとそばにいて合図をしたって言わないの全然気づ 過ごしたって全然気づかず私が欲しいとそう言ってよOh, are you talking about Cruel Angel's Thesis? Car? I only know the English title. I don't actually remember what it's called in Japanese. I just know that the English title is Cruel Angel's Thesis. I have never actually seen an Evangelion in my life. But it's one of those songs that, like, if you've been in the weeb community long enough, you just know it. You know? So that middle section, I apologize for totally biffing the rap, but overall I think it did okay, you know? I know how to sing it. I have only ever sang that song once when we were doing karaoke at my friend's house. And I started pulling out the weeb songs. And so my friend was like, "Ooh, I'm going to do Cruel Angel's Thesis. You should sing it with me." And I was like, okay, making this up as I go. You're lucky I can read Japanese really fast. I did not do great. I mean, I figured it out, but it was not like my best performance just because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, since we can't see chat on stream right now, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And woof. Move this over for now. There we go. I might be covering up the, okay, that should be a little better. Because the way I have my overlay, I think the alert box is down in the center. Ugh. Back in the day, I recorded several episodes of NGE and Yu-Gi-Oh! On VHS. Aww. Oh my god, OG Yu-Gi-Oh! That's a throwback. Ooh, congrats. I can't wait to see him. I need to actually try to Photoshop that one I took for Vanna. I will probably still maybe pretend that I can draw something for her. Maybe. At some point. Pretend, because it won't be good. But I'll try, probably. Mostly because I cannot afford to ask anyone to draw him. Made him look more stressed. The poor boy. Dude, he's gonna have the worst time with Vanna in his party. I'm really sorry. Alright, friends. Does anyone else have anyone that, or any other songs that they'd like to hear? They don't have to be Korean or Japanese. They can be English too. It's okay. Car was just handing me a song she knows I like. Na na na. Look at her. She's so cute. Otherwise, I'm going to look at my Spotify and see if I have any good songs in my likes that I can pull out for you guys. Like this. I would say I'd do Butter by BTS just for fun, but I will absolutely get claimed for that one. The struggle is finding, oh no, it doesn't have to be like the karaoke version. It just shouldn't be like the music video, you know? Like, yeah, I was trying to pull karaoke versions if I could because I'm a little less likely to get struggle bust. Oh, dude, throw Disney songs at me. That's fine. I love a good Disney song. Half of karaoke time when I used to visit my friends regularly back home was us doing Disney and Broadway songs. And then it would slowly transition. Make a Man Out of You? Oh, yes, that's a good one. I will find a karaoke one. This one I should know well enough that I can do a karaoke one without it being an issue. Cara Fun. Oh, we can always trust Cara Fun karaoke. My favorite bisexual Legends war song. Sorry, your favorite bisexual legend? We stand a bisexual king in this house of bisexuals. All right, let's go. Sorry, I'm drumming on my desk. I never know how to count these bars. What time is this in? I'm counting out 3, 2, 1, 3. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? You're the saddest bunch I ever met, but you can bet before we're through. So I'm trying to figure out what octave to do this. I'll make a man out of you. I can't do this. Tranquil as a forest, but on fire within. Once you find your center, you are sure to win. You're a spineless, pale, pathetic lot, and you haven't got a clue. Somehow I'll make a man out of you. I'm never gonna catch my breath, say goodbye to those who knew me. Boy, was I a fool in school for cutting gym. This guy's got him scared to death. Hope he doesn't see right through me. Now I really wish that I knew how to swim. As swift as the coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Time is racing toward us till the Huns arrive. Heed my every order, and you might survive. You're unsuited for the rage of war, so pack up, go home, you're through. How could I make a man out of you? We must be swift as the coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon. We must be swift as the coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon, and all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon. I did my best. I'm sorry, Captain Shang. I can't do male octaves. Ooh, Once Upon a December. That's a great song. Or Mother Knows Best, also good. Oh, it's View by Shiny. Oh, I won't say I'm in love. Also good. This Suggest actually has like a bunch of really good songs on it. December, the Anastasia one. That's fitting considering we're coming up on December too. Be a man, you must be swift as a coursing river. With all the force of a great typhoon is stuck in my head. Okay. Okay. Anastasia song at Ryle's request. It's been a little while since I did this one, so I apologize in advance. I will probably try to do it in an octave a little lower because her high notes fucking kill me. Dancing bears, painted wings, things I almost remember, and a song someone sings once upon a December. Someone holds me safe and warm. Horses prance through a silver storm. Figures dancing gracefully across my memory. I'm not doing the vocalizations. You won't catch me doing that. Or maybe I can. Someone holds me safe and warm. Horses prance through a silver storm. Figures dancing gracefully across my memory. Far away, long ago, glowing dim as an ember, things my heart used to know, things it yearns to remember. And I saw someone sings. Sorry. Once upon a December. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do the octave jump in the middle. I'm sorry. Oh, I tried, but I just didn't. She goes, that jump in the middle goes so high. The journey to the past. Encore, encore. What are you, the guys watching Christine in Phantom of the Opera? Brava, brava, bravissima. Thank you. Oh, these suggestions are interesting. Stop suggesting Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again. That song will make me cry. I love it, though. I love Phantom of the Opera, but that song will make me cry. Okay, I'm going to throw in my own choice here because it keeps popping up, and I know for a fact I can pretty much kill this song. I'm going to do I Won't Say I'm in Love from Hercules. I actually, in the ancient bowels of the internet, have a SoundCloud recording of myself covering this song. It got me quite a lot of compliments on Tumblr back in the day, but my voice is also a lot different than it was back in 2014, so we'll see if it holds. you've heard the recording? I think I probably did share my SoundCloud with you at one point, so that doesn't totally surprise me. All right, here we go. You linked your SoundCloud at one point. Yeah, I probably did. I think Rin and I were talking about it or something. It was in Amanda's Discord, I'm pretty sure. If there's a prize for rotten judgment, I guess I've already won that. No man is worth the aggravation. That's ancient history, been there, done that. Who do you think you're kidding? He's living heaven too. I'm not really doing the muses, but oh no. Oh, no chance, no way. I won't say it, no, no. It's too cliche, I won't say I'm in love. I thought my heart had learned its lesson. It feels so good when you start out. My head is screaming, get a grip, girl. Unless you're dying to cry your heart out. Oh, oh. Oh no. Oh, no chance, no way. I won't say it, no, no. Check when you're in love. This scene won't play. I won't say I'm in love. You're way off base. I won't say it. Get off my case, I won't say it. It's okay, I'm in love. Oh, at least out loud, I won't say I'm in love. Or whatever sigh the muses do at the end. You were the muses? I love that. Yeah, last time I performed this in karaoke, why are you upset? The muses have a baller part. It's just, I can't do both. Ooh, on my own. Oh, hey, Dead Mom from Beetlejuice. Fucking Pog? Okay, there are a lot of really good choices on this screen here. You found something? What'd you find? That you got it bad. End of me. Oh my god. Okay, I'm actually really proud of you for finding that song. Nobody gives the muses enough credit. It's so true, Car. It's really true. They don't get nearly enough credit for that part. Like, yeah, granted, Susan Egerton fucking kills it in, or it is Susan Egerton, right? I'm pretty sure it is. She kills it as Meg, don't get me wrong, but like, the muses are an integral part to that song, and if you're not giving the muses credit, then fuck you, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna leave this screen up because there's a couple of really good choices in here too, but Tox has sent me a request. We're gonna go back to K-hip-hop for just a minute here. We're gonna go back to my roots. These are my roots. Wait, Tox. Did you pick this song because it's on my SoundCloud? Because I'm pretty sure this cover is on my SoundCloud. It isn't the acoustic version? Oh, fuck. I don't know the normal one. I only know the acoustic version. Can you do Poor Unfortunate Souls? Oh, yes, definitely. Okay, I'm going to look for the acoustic. I'm sure I can find it. No, I don't believe you. See if it's there's got to be. Okay, well, it's the I love you. You're so... I love you. Okay, anyway. Oh, maybe it's Stay With Me. That's from his 2018 album. Never mind. It's 2019 one. It's okay. Sorry, Jay. Jay, don't come after me. We're Seattle home bros. You're not allowed. We've also met, so you're not allowed. Sweats? I don't believe you. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit of a cheater, and since I only have... No, you know what? We're just going to test my knowledge. It's going to be a test. Also, yes, that was me, like, kind of low-key bragging, because I've met Jay Park a few times, but that's because I got lucky at concerts. Okay, I also have a lot of up-close pictures of him shirtless from said concerts, monk ass. Okay, I'm just going to test my knowledge and see how much of this song I can remember. It's been a long time since I did this one. Sexy Forever? No. I'm actually going to veto that one.
우린 처음에 영화 속에 나오는 그런 사랑했었지. 그게 항상 잘 되는 것 같을 때 왜 이리 그렇게 고이는지. Oh no no. 점점 나 사소한 일 가지고 다졌어. 더 자주 다투고 매일매일 싸웠어. 나도 모르게 yeah. 널 밀어내 왜 우리의 행복과 같이 떠나가. Oh no no. 제발 가지마. 모든 게 다시 하고 줄 테니까 돌아와. 난 너 없이 안 돼. 항상 네 앞에 나 왜 이렇게 사랑에 빠진 바보가 되는지. 넌 너한테만 약해. 나를 좀 봐봐. 난 너무 아파. I'm so hurt boy. I need a doctor. 남자니까 눈물을 흘리지 않아. 그래도
Okay. I got a solid minute in. I'm pulling up the lyrics. Oh my god. I'm actually really proud of myself for remembering as much as I do. Hold on. The acoustic lyrics are slightly different than the original. So it's also called I Can't Be Without You in English. I don't want the hunger. I can't do the hunger. Help me. 난 너 없이 안 돼. 항상 네 앞에 나 왜 이렇게 사는 게 빠진 바보가 되는지. Okay, like I remember a lot of it. There's just some of it that I need the lyrics for. So y'all are gonna deal with me. I'm gonna be looking at the other screen because I have the lyrics on one side and the song on the other.
yeah. No. 우린 처음에 영화 속에 나오는 그런 사랑했었지. 근데 항상 잘 되는 것 같을 때 왜 이리 그렇게 꼬이는지. Oh no no. 점점 나 사소한 일 가지고 다졌어. 더 자주 다투고 매일매일 싸웠어. 나도 모르게 yeah. 널 밀어내 왜 우리의 행복과 같이 떠나가. Oh no no. 제발 가지마. 모든 걸 내 탓이야. 고칠 테니까 돌아와. 난 너 없이 안 돼. 항상 네 앞에 나 왜 이렇게 사는 게 빠진 바보가 되는지. 난 너한테만 약해. 나를 좀 와봐. 난 너무 아파. I'm so hurt. I need a doctor. 남자니까 눈물을 흘리지 않아. 그래도 죽을 것 같아. 난 너 없이 안 돼. You girl, sit by my side. Wanna be with you till the day we die. 내 곁에 있어줘. 너는 절대 난 죽어도 난 놓칠 수가 없어.
Yo, 여자들이 많아도 난 너만 보여 가슴 아프고 눈물이 고여 울리지 못하는 마음이 조여 몸원의 폭탄의 속에 터져 boom 자극이 컸어 네가 빗으로 사랑은 가격이 없어 check 나 이렇게 생각해 돈은 없어도 너만으로 행복해 나한테 저리 가란 소리 하지마 내 손을 터놔도 요요처럼 돌아와 나한테 저리 가란 소리 하지마 내 손을 터놔도 요요처럼
난 너 없이 안 돼 항상 네 앞에 난 왜 이렇게 사랑에 빠진 바보가 되는지 난 너한테만 약해 나를 좀 봐봐 난 너무 아파 I'm so hurt girl I need a doctor 여자니까 눈물을 흐리지 않아 그래도 죽을 것 같아 난 너 없이 안 돼. No. Yeah. Yeah. 난 너 없이 안 돼.
Oh my god, I still remember it. I can't believe I still remember that song. Because, like, the thing is, like, you know, it's one thing to have the words in front of you, but it's another to actually, like, be able to read them and do it. I'm dabbing. You can't see it, but I did it. Also, this is a really nerdy self-brag fun fact. You could probably hear it in the audio, but there are parts where he was saying, like, girl, and I said boy, and then he actually said namjanika, and I said yojanika. Yoja is girl, and namja is boy. So he is talking about himself in those verses and saying namjanika, like whatever it was. And when I covered this song, I changed all the parts that referenced a female or a male person to reference a female person. And I used to teach myself J Park songs as if I was duetting them. So I would sing it like I was doing a duet with him, because I'm a huge nerd. So I just want you all to know that. Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry, Amanda was also telling me something about D&D. Okay, so I hope you all appreciated that one. I am a huge, or I was, I mean, like, I still am, but I haven't really followed him in a while. I'm a huge J Park fan, so I genuinely used to have most of his songs, like a lot of them memorized, including this song over here, Stay With Me. This is my favorite version of Stay With Me. It's a live version featuring a live band. It's very good, but you put it on me Spotify, good. All right, I was requested to do Poor Unfortunate Souls for Riles, so I want to make sure I do that. All right, okay, good. I wanted to make sure you were ready in the chat, Riles, for this, because this is for you, BB. It's been a while since I listened to the non-Jonas Brothers version, I won't lie to you, so I'm sorry if I flub it, but I'm gonna do my best. Only way to get what you want is to become a human yourself. My dear, sweet child, that's what I do. It's what I live for, helping fortunate merfolk like yourself. Poor souls with no one else to turn to. I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. But you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways, repented, seen the light, and made a switch to this. And I fortunately know a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. And dear lady, please don't laugh. I use it on behalf of the miserable, the lonely, and depressed. Pathetic.
poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need. This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl. And do I help them? Yes, indeed. Those poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron, crying spells to Sulla, help, and I help them? Yes, I do. It's happened once or twice. Someone couldn't pay the price, and I'm afraid I had to rake 'em across the coals. Yes, I've had the odd complaint, but on the whole, I've been a saint to those poor unfortunate souls. Well, have we got a deal? If I become human, I'll never be with my father or sisters again. But you'll have your man. Life's full of tough choices, isn't it? Oh, and there is one more thing. Haven't discussed the subject of payment. I'm not asking much, just a token, really a trifle. What I want from you is your voice. You'll have your looks, your pretty face, and don't underestimate the importance of body language. The men up there don't like a lot of blather. They think a girl who gossips is a bore. Yet on land it's much preferred for ladies not to say a word, and after all, dear, what is idle babble for? But that impressive conversation, true gentlemen avoid it when they can. But they don't, and sworn in bond on a lady who's withdrawn. It's she who holds her tongue who gets a man. Come on, you poor unfortunate soul. Go ahead, make your choice. I'm a very busy woman, and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much. Just your voice, your poor unfortunate soul. It's sad, but true. If you want to cross the bridge, my sweet, you've got to pay the toll. Take a gulp and take a breath and go ahead and sign the scroll. Flotsam jetsam, now I've got her, boys. The boss is on a roll. Poor, unfortunate soul. Oh, it includes the chant. I don't know this part. Max laryngitis la voce to me. Now sing. I don't know how to do Ariel. Keep singing. This is the full song apparently. This is a whole ass minute outro. What the fuck? I'm gonna skip. We did the fun part. There you are, Riles. Your request of poor unfortunate souls. Oh, part of your world is also on here. On my own is on here. Mother Knows Best is fun. Dead Mom is good. You're welcome. I improvised a little bit, so I hope you don't mind. Mother Knows Best. Why is the chat below this stream? I'm going to pretend that I don't see it. It's okay. But I'm guessing this is Soraya. I'm guessing purely based on the tiny icon and your first name. Yes, hi, lol. Put it in theater mode and it'll be on the right. Oh yeah. If you put it in the big one that's not the full screen, then it'll put it on the side instead for you, so it's not underneath. Cause yeah, I flippin' hate that. Okay, I think I saw you say request
Mother Knows Best, Riles. So we'll do that one next. Also, welcome. I just thought YouTube updated and forced this weird view on everyone. Thank you. Oh yeah, no. Sometimes I haven't been able to get it to lock again, but I used to be able to get it to lock in theater mode like this. But I haven't been able to do that lately, and I don't remember what the setting is. So, welcome to karaoke time, Soraya. I'm butchering Disney songs right now. Huzzah! Mission accomplished. Good job, everybody. Next, at Ryle's request, after Poor Unfortunate Souls, A Mother Knows Best from Tangled. This is another one where, like, I kind of know the song, but it's been a while, so patience is appreciated. Luckily, this one's also pretty easy, I think. You want to go outside, huh? Why, Rapunzel, look at you, as fragile as a flower. Still a little sapling, just a sprout. You know why we stay up in this tower? That's right, to keep you safe and sound, dear. Guess I always knew this day was coming. Knew that soon you'd want to leave the nest. But not yet, shh, trust me, pet. Mother knows best. Mother knows best. Listen to your mother, it's a scary world out there. Mother knows best. One way or another, something will go wrong, I swear. Ruffians, thugs, poison ivy, quicksand, cannibals and snakes, the plague, yes. Also large bugs, men with pointy teeth, and stop no more, you'll just upset me. Mother's right here, mother will protect you, darling is what I suggest. Skip the drama, stay with mama, mother knows best. Go ahead, get trampled by a rhino. Go ahead, get mugged and left for dead. Me, I'm just your mother, what do I know? I only bathed and changed and nursed you. Go ahead and leave me, I deserve it. Let me die alone here, be my guest. When it's too late, you'll see, just wait. Mother knows best. Mother knows best. Take it from your mumsy, on your own you won't survive. Sloppy, underdressed, immature, clumsy, please they'll eat you up alive. Gullible, naive, positively grumpy, gets in it a bit, well, vague. Plus, I believe you're getting kind of chubby. I'm just saying, 'cause I love you. Mother understands. Mother's here to help you. All I have is one request. Rapunzel, don't ever ask to leave this tower again. Yes, ma'am. I love you very much, dear. I love you most. Don't forget it, you'll regret it. Mother knows best. Oh, that song, it's a terrible song. She's a terrible person and a terrible mother. But it's a fun song, too. Oh, hi Streamlabs. Bot, you suddenly decided to work? You also posted the lines in reverse, babe, but okay. Now the suggestions are all weird. Ooh, For the First Time in Forever is such a fun song. Okay, hot take, coming in, hot take. I like Frozen. I don't care if it's overdone. I don't care if a lot of people don't like it. I like it a lot, and I don't care. I think it's a fun movie. I think the songs are fun. And I don't care. I could do without it being overhyped, overselling on merch, yada, 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 yada. But I enjoy it. So. I didn't realize this is a hot take. I mean, guess technically, because we're talking about Frozen, it's a cold take. You could even say it's icy hot. So Frozen is your Yuri on Ice. Got it. It's true. And I mean, if you believe the people who ship Honey Marin with Elsa, then there is Yuri on Ice. Ayo! I'm on a roll, man. I can keep going. Yeah, I think I saw Frozen 1 in theaters about 6 times. 2 of those times were the sing-along version when it was released in theaters. The other several were just for fun with the normal one. Why? Someone said Yuri? Oh, Kara was talking about, she was making a joke that Frozen is my Yuri on Ice. Like, it's overdone, overhyped, blah, 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 blah. But I still really like it. And then I made a Frozen 2 joke. But it's okay, most of the chat won't get it. Darling is what I'd suggest. Skip the drama, stay with mama. Hi.
Turning your gun into a badge.
For what?
Those puns were unexcusable.
No.
I'll see you in court.
All right. Oh, as in 2 girls. Oh, yes. So she was talking about like Yuri on Ice. So then I took the word Yuri and I made a joke about 2 characters in Frozen 2 and how if you actually ship them, then there is Yuri on Ice. Da-da-da. It was a bad joke. It was a very bad joke. Skip the drama, stay with mama. Oh, yeah. Stream. Oh, my God, it's working. Tox, what did you do? What fucking sorcery have you committed? Yeah, it's a little delayed, which is a bummer because I have ultra low latency on, but okay. You did nothing. It just needed some time. Oh, that's fair. I think it didn't quite work right away in my old stream either. Maybe Stream Elements has stopped losing its mind and I can have chat in OBS now. Nope. It has not. Skip the drama, stay with mama. Saw it posted on Discord. Oh, yeah. I have it set so it only posts once an hour and it needs a certain number of chat lines before it activates. Not everybody's all chit-chatty. We'll have chat in OBS. Yeah, I think it was just, like you were saying, everything was just wonky tonight because it's the first time doing it. I should have done a test stream to make it go, but that's okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna make an executive decision here. And I'm gonna do Dead Mom from the Beetlejuice original cast recording. Because that's a fun song that I enjoy. And we're gonna mix it up just a little bit. Feel free to keep suggesting Disney songs. I have no problem with that. Or whatever other songs you want to hear. We'll do this for about another maybe like half hour or so. And then I'm gonna switch to When the Night Comes. Oh, I forgot to. Hey, Mom, dead Mom, I need a little help here. I'm probably talking to myself here. But dead Mom, I gotta ask, are you really in the ground? 'Cause I feel you all around me. Are you here, dead Mom, dead Mom? Dead Mom, I'm tired of trying to iron out my creases. I'm a bunch of broken pieces. It was you who made me whole,
Every day Dad's staring at me like, oh, hurry up, get happy, move along, forget about your mom. 'Cause Daddy's in denial, Daddy doesn't wanna feel. Dad wants me to smile and clap like a performing seal. Ignored it for a while, but Daddy's lost his mind for real. You won't believe the mess that we've become. You're my home, my destination, and I'm your clone, your strange creation. You held my hand, and life came easy. No jokes don't land, and no one sees me. Nothing seems to fit. Mama, is this it? Are you receiving? I want something to believe in, or I'm done. Take me where my soul can run, or I'll be in my bedroom. Wake me when I'm 21. Daddy's moving forward. Daddy didn't lose a mom. Mama, won't you send a sign? I'm running out of hope and time. A plague of mice, a lightning strike, or drop a nuclear bomb. No more playing Daddy's game. I'm going insane if things don't change. Whatever it takes to make him say your name, Dead Mom. I just like the Beetlejuice musical. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ah. Drip water all over because of the condensation from my drink. Okay, we're gonna. Does anyone have any requests of their own they'd like to make? Listening to you sing, I learned more about singing. I wouldn't necessarily take pointers from me. Re the part where I'm entirely self-taught and not in any way professionally trained. Which is not a brag. It's to say that I don't necessarily know all the proper techniques. Soraya probably knows way more about that than me. She's the one actively learning about proper technique and stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, that was not my best performance of Dead Mom, but I also know that part of that is because I'm sitting in a chair as opposed to standing and letting my diaphragm and stuff fully expand to actually take in all the air that I need in order to hit those notes. I also started off on a really bad octave and then just carried it. So I couldn't quite hit everything where I wanted to. But that's just me personally. I'm also very nitpicky of myself. You were also professionally trained. Whoa, look at you. I was technically invited to join choir in high school because they liked my Velma Kelly audition for Chicago. But I didn't join because I was too busy with band. No more playing Daddy's game. I'll live, go insane if things don't change. They changed the words to be more PC. Da-da. Yeah, I was surprised. When I did my Chicago audition in high school, I was actually trying out for Hunyak. Fun facts. But I was at the audition, and they were like, hey, sing for Velma Kelly. And I was like, what? No, that's not what I'm trying out for, though. And they were like, sing for Velma Kelly. And I said, okay. So I think it was All That Jazz that they had us do. It's been a while. That was like freshman or sophomore year. But I didn't end up making it. or callback. I have not been in a school play since I was in the 5th grade. Was in Chicago the city, not the play. Fair. And all that jazz. It's a great song. Honestly, I love the Chicago soundtrack. Chicago is also really dope. And all that jazz. Start the car now above. Oh, you're gonna make me try to do Brandon Urie? Oh, I won't do him justice. Oh, okay. Can I make a request of you, Talks? If I do a different Brandon Urie song, is that allowed? If I do a different Panic at the Disco song, can I substitute it? Pull a substitution card. Substitution no jutsu. Hex used substitution. Is it effective? Yay. Okay, thanks. I don't trust my vocals on that particular song, but I can do the acoustic version of This Is Gospel. Specifically, the piano version. He wanted me to do Hey Look Ma, I Made It, or whatever it's called. What is it called? Yeah, Hey Look Ma, I Made It. Which just, it has a lot of Brandon's more operatic vocals, and I just can't do those. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. It wouldn't be bad, but I also like This Is Gospel better. This is another song on my SoundCloud. Lel. I haven't sang it since I was active on Tumblr, but we're gonna try. I think I'll do okay. So if you are a Panic at the Disco fan, I hope I don't offend you. Thank you, Sing King Karaoke, for existing. I use these videos so much. This is gospel for the fallen ones locked away in permanent slumber, assembling their philosophies from pieces of broken memories. Oh, 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 oh. Gnashing teeth and criminal tongues conspire against the odds, but they haven't seen the best of us yet. If you love me, let me go. If you love me, let me go. 'Cause these words are knives and often leave scars. The fear of falling apart. Truth be told, it never was yours. The fear of falling apart. Thank you, vocalists. That was perfect. This is gospel for the vagabonds, ne'er-do-wells and insufferable bastards, confessing their apostasies, led away by imperfect imposters. Oh, 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 oh. Don't try and sleep through the end of the world and bury me alive, 'cause I won't give up without a fight. If you love me, let me go. If you love me, let me go. 'Cause these words are knives that often leave scars. The fear of falling apart. Truth be told, it never was yours. The fear of falling apart. The fear of falling apart. The need a second. Whew. Okay. That song always, I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea. That song always gets to me. Ugh. Industry baby. Whew. Oh my god, my immortal. Holy shit. I almost want to do that just as a meme. Ugh. I wish I was memeing, but I'm like actually trying not to cry. Anyway, this is supposed to be a fun time. Time to sing Industry Baby. Dude, I won't even pretend to know the words. No. No. Also, I will absolutely get claimed for a Lil Nas song, so no. But what if my immortal as a meme? I don't think anyone here has heard My Immortal in like an age and a half. At least I know I haven't. It's been a long ass time. I think we'll do 2 more songs. I think 2 is good. And that gives me time to switch over to When the Night Comes for you guys. Wake Me Up. That's wrong. No, that's not that song. That's Bring Me to Life. Fake fan. Last time I heard it was watching someone review the Daredevil. Oh my god. Wake Me Up is from Bring Me to Life. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you actually knew. You have a good one. Do you? The fear of... Oh! Yes! My man, coming through with the Ash Nico. Let's fucking go. Ennett and I were just talking about her on stream the other day. This song is very inappropriate. If you are a little baby, close your ears. This song and the music video are basically about chopping a dude's dick off. So, smile. But it's fun. So, Lego. You gotta go because your baby. Uh-oh. Wet, 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 wet. Oh my god. Stupid boy think that I need him. I go cold like changing seasons. I go red hot like a demon. I go ghost for no damn reason. Stupid boy think that I need him. Stupid boy think that I need him. Pleasing season. I'm spicy, hot to touch, too much, too pricey. Heathen. I'm in your psyche. You don't know no one else like me. Whoa. Stupid boy think that I need him. Stupid boy think that I need him. I know you think about me in the shower. Porn up in your browser. Fantasize about the pussy power. Think about me with your hand down your trousers. I'm sweet, then I'm sour. I'm Big Boss Bowser. I know you're salivating over me, sir. Nipples through the t-shirt. Told your mommy that you're bringing home a keeper. Knees are getting weaker when you hear me through the speaker. Big wood, cut him off cedar. Stupid boy think that I need him. Stupid boy think that I need him. I go red hot like a demon. I go ghost for no damn reason. Stupid boy think that I need him. 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 I go red hot like a demon. I go ghost for no damn reason. Stupid boy think that I need him. Stupid, stupid, you dumb, you goofy, goofy. This pussy juicy, juicy. Who yummy, wanna do me? Oh nah, boy you could never, cause you're not clever enough. And I got several dummies that wanna get on me. I don't want you and I don't want your homie, cause both of y'all are suckers, you're some dum-dums. I could play you straight up out your bread, no get your crumbs. I don't really need a man, but sometimes I want one though. So I keep Peter Pans on me, I got young hundos. Young money, I think that I need him. Stupid boy think that I need him. I go red hot like a demon. I go ghost for no damn reason. Stupid boy think that I need him. Stupid boy think that I need him. Stupid boy think that I need him.
Stupid boy think that I need him. I go red hot like a demon. I go good for no damn reason. Stupid boy think that I need him. Nothing about you is attracted to me now. Blocking you, avoiding you actively right now. I don't need the dick, I need magic, I need money. Puppy wanna lick, something sticky just like honey. Stupid, 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 stupid. It's a really simple song, but it's really funny. Oh, Ash Nico's always fun. Tasty, tasty. No! Get the fuck out of here! It is not time for you, Mariah Carey. Go home. You're drunk. Mariah Carey's all I can eat for Christmas is you. It's in my recommended. I don't want it. No! I object. We are 3 days into November. Put your Christmas away. Put it away. Get it out of here. I'm being way too vehement about my... I've mentioned it several times in different places, but for people in the chat who don't know, so I was in marching band in high school, which meant we did a lot of seasonal parades and performances and that sort of thing. And one of our traditions was typically around November, December-ish, we'd go do a Christmas parade. That was also a competition in Vancouver, BC. And one year when I went, our song was All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. I was on the color guard, so I spun flags and marched instead of playing an instrument. But oh my God, the amount of times I had to listen to that song, and not just because I worked in retail post-high school, inhuman. It should have been audible torture. So no, I do not like that song. Like, yeah, granted, I had a few years to detox from it, but I still just like, and then I worked retail for 5 years, so I heard it all the fucking time. And I'm so over it, man. I love a lot of other, like, Christmas songs, but holy shit, not that one. Okay, let's do one last song to wrap up the karaoke section. Does anyone have any ideas for what they'd like to hear for our last sick beat, as it were? No, pretend I didn't say that. Pretend I didn't say that. Let's just pretend that I didn't say that. Hey, color guard buddies, let's fucking go. I hear All I Want for Christmas Is You, and I still start doing my color guard routine. Like, obviously I'm not holding a flag, but I'm like sitting there doing cones and shit and like drop spins and oh. It's stuck. It sticks with you, man. It's that muscle memory. I'm skimming my Spotify in the background for ideas for a final song too, just in case. I forgot I have Beastie Boys on my Spotify playlist, and I just encountered that, and I was like, oh man, that's a time. Which one by Beastie Boys? I have Brass Monkey and Intergalactic on here, because those are like my two favorites from when I was growing up. Brass Monkey, that funky monkey. There are a couple songs I like and know that I'm good at, but I have a feeling they will be sad boy songs for some people, and I don't want to inflict that on everyone, including myself. I don't need to start crying over a song again.
does Daywalker by Machine Gun Kelly featuring Corpse. I will definitely get claimed for that one. Man, I am skimming. Okay, here's a crazy, crazy thought. What if I ended the night by doing the Nate Wants to Battle remix of Addict from Has-Been Hotel? It's a super metal song. But Corpse, I do love Corpse very much. Tox can attest. I have a Corpse hoodie because of him. But I'm pretty sure MGK or Corpse will claim my video on the spot if that song is in there. That one or Fairy Moon by Nate. I don't know Nate's version of Fairy Moon. I only know the original because I know he does it in English. I don't know the English. I only know the Japanese. Fairy Moon kimi no tame ni hoshi o kudaki. Okay. I will give you guys the choice. Addict or Tommy Heavenly Six's Fairy Moon. Or Paper Moon. It's actually called Paper Moon, just by the way. Talks. I feel like I owe it to Scarlett, even though he's not here, to do Paper Moon. Addict. Okay. If Scarlett wants to hear it, he'll just have to come into my chat sometime and request it. We were talking about Soul Eater on the timeline the other day, so that's why I was thinking about it. Black Paper Moon. Does this one have the... Oh yeah, the original on his... It's the Soul Eater opening car. And I think it actually, when Tox was here visiting us, it played in the car too. I think, and it was probably the Nate Wants to Battle version, but I only know the original. I would argue, listen, I love the first Soul Eater opening. I think Revolution is really fun. I think Paper Moon is better. Black Paper Moon. I hate that show for no reason. I mean, there's some stuff to not like about it, and the show is not as good as it. The show is a mediocre representation of the manga. They did the Full Metal Alchemist thing where they made up their own ending instead of waiting for the rest of the manga. So it takes a turn. The end is a bit weird, but if you get past the other stuff, it's really fun. It's definitely like that brand of shonen anime and manga where like if you're into it, you're into it, and if you don't like it, then you hate it, kind of a thing. At least in my experience. All right. Oh, hey, Nils. Welcome in. We're just about to wrap up karaoke time. At least with FMA, they consulted with the manga crowd beforehand, but I get what you mean. Yeah. I was just about to wrap up karaoke with the Nate Wants to Battle rock cover of Has-Been Hotel's Addict. Going in a completely different direction from where we've been the most of the night. This is about to get very intense. If I wasn't already sorry to Car earlier for all of the belting that happened before, I'm very sorry for what's about to happen now. Because this is another level. You still haven't watched Has-Been? Sir, we need to change that. It's only one episode of Has-Been. Hell of a Boss is the one that has a bunch right now. You photoshopped a whole hand away. I'm such a pro. You are such a pro. I'm so proud of you. I think they just released episode 7 of Hell of a Boss, and it's part 1 of the series finale, I think. I'll make him watch it sometime, Riles. Don't worry. All right, here we go. I have to clear my throat because I'm gonna watch both. Yes, you should, for sure. This intro is long.
till death do us part. But we're already past that phase. This is a brand new start, and I think I deserve some praise for the way that I am. Despite having overdosed and in a comatose, I don't give a damn. I let my emotions go. Fuck being a sober hoe. This is the mantra. This is my life. You're playing with now till the end of the night. Surrounded by fire, the powder ignites. A hit of that heaven and hell, a hell of a high. I'm addicted to the madness. This hotel is my Atlantis. We're forever gonna have a fucking reason to sin. Let me leave my soul to burn and I'll be breathing it in. I'm addicted to the feeling, getting higher than the ceiling. And we're never gonna want this fucking feeling to end. Just concede and give into your inner demons again. Musical interlude. My voice cracked. Leave me alone. Sorry, Amelie. Oh gosh, I'm butchering your part. Yeah, you fell in love, but you fell deeper in this pit. While death rains from above, so count your blessings, 'cause this is I'm not letting go. So what if a mistake is what everybody craves? You already know. So come if you're feeling brave and fancy yourself a me. You want it, I got it. Come see what you like. We could have it all by the end of the night. You're burning power, sitting for the light. A hit of that heaven and hell, a hell of a high. I'm addicted to the madness. This hotel is my Atlantis. We're forever gonna have a fucking reason to sin. Let me leave my soul to burn and I'll be breathing it in. I'm addicted to the feeling, getting higher than the ceiling. And we're never gonna want this fucking feeling to end. Just concede and give it to your inner demons again. Me doing air drums. I'm making my model flip out. I'm addicted to the feeling, getting higher than the ceiling. And we're never gonna want this fucking feeling to end. Just concede and give it to your inner demons again. Me quietly clapping for myself. Whoops. Oh my god. There is so much water from this fucking drink.
Thank you. My voice definitely cracked in a few places because I'm a little out of practice from when I used to listen to that song like every day. But I think I did okay, all things considered. Oof. I probably broke some ears and pissed off our neighbors, but worth it. Okay, I said we were only going to do... I said this was going to be the last one. What if we just did Paper Moon anyway for fun? Because now it's stuck in my head and I feel like I got to do it. The neighbors deserve it. Yeah, Cara is of the opinion the neighbors deserve it because they're like right under her room and they make all the noise. And then we'll really be done with karaoke. And we'll move to the game. I'm going to see if I can find. Yeah, you fell in love. Ugh. DJ RN. Brr, 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 brr. English. Yuck. What? Hey. Hey, Talks. I mean, thank you very much. I'm not trying to be ungrateful, but you didn't have to do that. Aw, thank you. All right. Let's hit it. We're gonna do one I wanted to. One. Two, I wanted to test it as well. I think the screen is covering up where I put the alert box, so I didn't see it go off, but I'm sure that it did, and I appreciate that. It was. Okay. Well, I heard the sound, so it's definitely working. Okay. Well, that's good. Is this a full song? Oh, it is the full song. Okay. I hope this actually has the Romanji and not the... and isn't in Spanish. Because I saw this description of this video is in Spanish, so I'm like, okay. All right. Let's go. Oh god, this song is so much louder. Ah, my babies! I miss Soul and Maka. I was obsessed with them. I don't want to talk about it.
Falling down into my shadow 息を潜めて待っている deadly night Don't scary 魔女が描いたどこかの場所もその目に映せるから See you in your dreams yeah baby 怖い夢だとしてもベリー君のために星を砕き膝につけた Black paper moon 溶いてくれたなら When you're lost here I am forever with your soul がれば輝く月のように
Okay.
Ana ya shinku no jam o otashita kara ni ukabagiru wo
What?
Over the destiny 君が望めばどんな世界もその手につかめるから面倒はされないで誰にも壊せないメリブ君がくれた生きる証絆という永遠でさがくれたなら I will find you my dear
Oh my god, it's too slow.
から見つくじゃバイクを解き放って
God, that transition between lyrics was way too slow. I actually don't know this part.
なくていきつになる時もあるそれでも君の言葉
I actually don't know how it goes. That's the only part that I don't know.
ベリベリの君のために星を砕き二人つけた目印夢を見つ失って迷った時 의미가 신지는 알아. I would just like to say I was sabotaged by the pacing of these lyrics. I was sabotaged, man. Ugh. There were a couple times where it's like, it was just a little too slow for me to keep up with when the actual vocals were happening. But I'm also complaining. Oh my god, Car, I found a video for you. You're welcome, it's in DMs. It's a remix of Toma's theme that just plays for an hour. All right, we're gonna switch gears for the rest of the stream here and play more when the night comes. I'm properly a Kex. Who's Kex? I don't know who that is. Yes, we love Toma. All right, I am gonna swap. I'm gonna get some things set back up. I'm gonna swap some stuff around. So I'm gonna put you guys on BRB, and I will be back in just a little bit.
am trying to see. My headset is doing this weird thing where it won't let me actually change the volume, and it's driving me insane. Also, welcome to my new overlay, part 2. Ha 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 ha. Hey, there it is. Why is it so small? Why is it so small? Ah. What the hell? How do I... It's being all wonky. Screech. It like doesn't want to fit the screen properly. Okay, hold on. I think I can adjust that in the... Hello, everybody. All my faves over here. Oh yeah, you guys can have a desktop audio now. I needed to fix the sound anyway, because I realized after last time that the voice and stuff was really quiet. And it was very... Okay, let me make it full screen here. Okay, we'll just have to play with it in full screen. But I have it on capture specific window, so that should help. Tell me if the sound is too loud. Oh! What? Oh, wait, what? Oh my god, okay, it just didn't... Why did it do that? No! Wait a minute, take me back. Why did you load a new game? I did not tell you to do that. That's fucking cursed. Okay, actually, the music is a little loud to me. There we go. Stop! Okay, I don't know why it does that. I don't like that. Yes, I already have a game. So, okay, a quick catch up for people who weren't around when we played this last time. So, you know, I'm gonna fix something on my overlay really quick too. I read your mind, car. I'm gonna move this gold while I'm explaining things real quick. So, When the Night Comes is a story about yourself, the main character, who you are a hunter, which is a special type of person. You're not just a like a normal human. You're humans with slightly augmented abilities. We don't yet have an explanation of like what all that entails, but as somebody who's played this before, I promise you it's coming. You have been recently reassigned to a little town called Lunaris, which has had a series of murders happening that you have been sent to help investigate. All the townsfolk are scared shitless, of course, because like they've lost 4 people, 1 a week, for the last month, and they don't know who will be next, except that it's other hunters in the town that are being targeted. It's all they know. We've met all the characters so far. There's Ezra, he's a witch who owns a shop in town. August is our general and our direct supervisor. Piper is the hunter whose job we were put into. She's been demoted because of this stall in the investigation, and you have taken her place. There's Alcar, who's a local lichen that lurks about. The resident friendly demon Omen. Did I mention my boy Finn, who's a friendly vampire? And then a couple other like side characters, but I think those are all the main love interests that we can possibly have. I'm a Finnegan simp, so yep, that's probably where we're gonna go. But I also really love Piper, so we'll see. All right. Oh, and so for context on where we're gonna start, we were trying to do our own investigations to start the investigation, our own investigation about what's been going on. And we went to the graveyard where the last murder happened, and somehow seemed to speak with the spirit of the man who died. Shush talks. Chat doesn't know yet. Chat doesn't know. It's fine. They don't know. Okay, let's see if I can remember what kind of voice I did for this. My headache is persistent as I lay in bed, but nothing can possibly stop me from falling asleep after the day I've had. I finish the tea that I made with the flowers Ezra gave me, hoping that it begins to take effect. I close my eyes, but just before I drift off, a distant whisper. My name was James. I open my eyes to the incessant sound of fists banging on my door. My head is still pounding, a fuzzy haze settling over me as I drag myself from the relative comfort of my bed and attempt to ignore the ache that has made itself at home behind my eyeballs. I blink once, twice, and shit. It's dark? Surely I slept for more than a few hours.
You better hope you're dead in a bloody ditch somewhere.
I'm sorry, August. Fuck. Hunter Raven, if you don't open this door in the next 5 seconds, then you'll have to pay for a new one. This is August, our boss. I grimace, thinking that might actually be the preferred option right now. Did I really sleep for a whole day? Well, at least my death will be at the hands of something other than a ghastly creature, I suppose. Small victories. I look out of the window and it's most definitely past sundown. Lunaris is covered in snow, a pristine blanket of perfect white glistening in the moonlight. There are more people in the street than I've seen in the whole time I've been in Lunaris, and they're hanging brightly colored bunting from between the crooked little houses.
I have things to do. Important things. I can hear you in there, you know.
I love the voicing in this game so much. The thought of opening the door and seeing August ready to tear my head off is less than appealing, especially when I probably look like I've been dragged through a fey nest and left for dead. I gather my wits and shout as cheerily as I can muster, "I'll be down in 5 minutes!" I hear a series of incoherent mumbles from the other side of the door, followed by a clack of heels as they walk away without much of a fight. I get the feeling I'm in a lot of trouble. Wonderful. The wolf is full to the brim with red-faced patrons, all wearing far fancier outfits than the usual uninteresting garments they tend to sport. I also see August scowling in the corner, but I almost don't recognize them out of their uniform. They spot me, and I can almost feel my blood freezing as that ice-cold gaze fixes upon me.
We thought you were missing. I almost had a search party sent out for you.
Okay, so we're approaching the point where I should probably start considering more closely who it is I am romancing or flirting with. As mentioned, I trend towards flirting with Finn, the vampire. But if you guys would like me to take other flirt options, as far as I know, they don't actually lock you out of the romance until you choose your romance route. So I think you can pretty much flirt with anybody up until a certain point. But it's your guys' choice. Though I'm not usually a fan of flirting with August, so unless anyone has any strong feelings about doing so, I think I will probably just not do it. Just because August isn't my type. I don't mind kissing my boss, but like, personality-wise, we don't get along. I really am sorry, General. I overslept. I promise I won't make a habit. I don't have time for excuses. You missed your chance to brief us when you didn't show for our meeting this morning. But nothing. I stand in silence, thinking it might not be such a good idea to push them. If you had attended this morning's meeting, you would know there's quite an important event happening this evening. We don't have much time thanks to your tardiness, so please bear with me while I explain.
We are in the middle of a crisis, yes, but the Lunar Festival is unavoidable. Harry thinks that if we postpone or cancel it, the town will erupt into chaos.
They need stability more than ever right now, and the last thing we need is more panic. Lunar Festival? A festival, while there are horrible murders being committed? Trust me, I know. It's abhorrent, to be quite honest. It's a yearly tradition that's been around for centuries, one that Harry holds dear. He's been distant lately.
We need our leader back. And if this helps, then I'm willing to play along. And I expect you to do the same. No questions asked, understand?
I hardly agree, and I have more than enough on my mind that I need to figure out, but the look August is giving me tells me I have little to no choice.
And between you and me, I personally think it's a complete and utter waste of time and resources. Especially in the middle of such a crisis.
They sigh heavily, shrugging as if they've already admitted defeat. Alas, it's important to Harry that we stick with said tradition and show the people of Lunaris that everything is exactly as it should be. So just forget about the horrible murders and my sworn duty to protect and serve the people for a night then. Yes, you've got it. And I don't have a choice? Do you ever? Point taken. A rather loud cheer rings out from the doorway and August grimaces, running a hand over their face.
The festival itself takes place in the market. Please represent us well, Hunter. All eyes will be on you. And this is the perfect opportunity for you to introduce yourself to the town.
Then they look me up and down, apparently unsatisfied with my presentation. You'll want to change into something a little more interesting, and I suggest you find someone to escort you. It would look a little odd having you wander around by yourself. We have to show solidarity. Ah, that's right. Okay, we're saving. I love the little comments they make when you make your saves. So this is the Lunar Festival. Choose your fighter. Okay, lads and lasses and everyone's in-betweens or otherwise. Who do we spend the Lunar Festival with? Tox is voting for Find Finn. Does anyone have any objections to hunting down the hunky vampire? God, Finn's outfit for the festival is so funny too. At least I find it amusing. I've saved it here too, so we can always just go back as on stream at other points and see the other routes too. So. All right, if there are no objections, we're gonna go find Finn. I have someone who can show me around. Very well, just remember that all eyes are on you. And don't forget to change. I nod, smiling politely. Yes, General. Good evening, Hunter. They tug on an expensive-looking fur coat and head out into the chill. Shut up, Tox. I look down at my outfit, sighing as I resign myself to the fact that I should probably change. I wish we could see what our outfit is supposed to look like, but I have no idea. I have a Pinterest board full of my own ideas for my own Hunter OC, but that's it. I stand in the street feeling a little lost. The last time I saw Finn, he was hanging out in the graveyard like all good vampires do, but I'd rather avoid going there again after what happened last night. The only other idea that pops into my head is to ask Ezra if he can direct me to him. I feel a strange connection to Finn, especially after last night. He was so kind and caring, and though I feel a little foolish for being enthralled so fast, life is short, as they say. Unless, of course, you're Finn. I reach the shop, the mage light lantern just flickering and fading as I approach, signaling that its owner is leaving the premises. The door swings open, and I'm met by a startled-looking Ezra. Hex, are you okay? I'm fine. I was wondering if you could help me find Finn? His expression relaxes, and a sly smile crosses his lips. Shut up, Ezra. Oh, of course I can. You'll have to come inside, though. Oh yeah, because the entrance to Finn's secret lair is in Ezra's shop. Omen waits patiently by the counter, smiling shyly at me as I enter. Hello, Omen. Are you coming to the festival with us? Before I can speak, Ezra gracefully interrupts. Nope. Finn. I assume you want him to escort you to the festival? Did Gus request that you attend? I nod, and Omen seems confused but enthusiastic nonetheless. Oh, okay. Well, have fun. Ezra winks at me, quietly ordering the demon to stay put while he directs me towards the back room.
Shut up, Ezra.
Talks is Ezra right now. Ezra stands beside the trapdoor that sits in the center of the room, turning to face me, his eyes sparkling. Want to see a trick? A trick? He laughs, bending down to unhook the latch. I almost expect him to cast a spell, but watch and learn. He lays flat on the ground, sticking his head through the pitch black hole, a startlingly cold breeze wafting up from underground. It smells damp and old. Not exactly appealing. I remember Omen mentioning something about there being catacombs beneath the town, but they weren't marked on the map that I received in my summons. Ezra yells into the hatch, and his voice echoes eerily in the darkness. Finnegan, quickly please. I don't have all night. I stare at him as he stands and runs his hands over his tunic. He'll be along shortly. Would you like me to wait with you? I hear the front door of the shop opening, followed by muffled laughter. Ezra's eyes widen and he grimaces. That's probably my cue to go. I can't leave those two unsupervised for too long without something getting broken. Do you mind? Those two? He sighs, throwing me a sorry look. Omen and Alcar. Alcar likes to tease him, tell him unsavory things that I can't risk him repeating in public. Again. Unfortunately, Omen isn't fully attuned to the ways of our world just yet, so having a Lycan who enjoys causing trouble around him can lead to some issues. He sounds exasperated, but he looks strangely happy. I can tell he has a lot of affection for his little band of supernatural misfits. That is, until a rather loud crash rings out from the shop. Oh dear. I can wait. Go on. Do you need me to lock up? Would you? Finn knows how. Thank you so much. He grins and there's a knowing look in his eyes. Have fun. He won't keep you waiting too long. He's usually quite punctual. See you later, Ezra. He bids me a quick farewell, leaving me standing in the middle of the room, apparently waiting for a vampire to pop up from under the floorboards. What is my life? I wander over to the countertop while I wait, inspecting the paintings that adorn the walls. The one that sticks out to me the most is a striking portrait of Ezra. He has his eyes closed and he looks so peaceful, I idly wonder if he did these himself. It's this one over here, for your reference. Do you like them? Thank you, Helper Finn David. Great. Thanks, Riles. I appreciate you stopping by. No problem. Have a good night. I turn, startled but somehow not surprised, to find Finn standing before me. I glance down, and the hatch is already closed and latched. You did these? He nods, leaning in to inspect his work. He looks dashing in a rather extravagant, well-tailored coat that ends just below his knees. I assume he's dressed like this simply to fit in rather than to keep warm. The dangerously low cut of his shirt fully confirms my theory.
I did. It's a silly hobby of mine. You tend to have many hobbies when you have eternity stretched out before you.
I forgot when the voicing started in this part. Sure, Finn knows how to finish a date. Shut the fuck up! Oh, well, we're flirting with them. I'm sorry. You're very talented. They're beautiful. You're quite talented, you know. His arm brushes mine as he steps closer, and I try not to shiver.
I've had centuries of practice, so I could probably serve to be a little better. But I find myself lacking a muse lately. My inspiration is gone.
Tox, I hope you know I'm going to commit a murder on you.
He reaches out to trace his fingertip over the petal of one of the white anemones that takes pride of place in a smaller painting. That's a shame. He shrugs as if he's unbothered, but the sly smile that curls at his lips hints at something else. He turns to meet my gaze, and I'm still caught off guard by the startling brightness of those golden eyes. I idly wonder if I'll ever get used to them.
Though I'm sure I'll find one soon.
Ah! Ah! Playing this on stream was a mistake. I have to finish what I started. Then a wolfish grin affords me a quick glance of his fangs, but before I can get too lost in it, he turns and heads for the front of the shop. I gather my wits and follow him. Finn locks the shop with practiced ease. Stop it! Placing his iron palm flat against the door, the markings thrown to life for the briefest of moments, a faint magical shimmer rolling over the weathered wood. What was that? Finn joins me on the street and flexes the fingers of his prosthetic.
Ezra uses wards to protect the shop, just to be cautious. There's plenty of nasty little things lurking around here who would quite like to get their hands on his wares.
Plus, it's just another handy little trick that this thing can do. Another? He raises a dark eyebrow at me, sticking his hands in his coat pockets. That's for me to know. I scoff playfully, picking up my pace to catch up with him as he attempts to hide his smirk by wandering ahead. So, how many of these lunar festivals have you attended? I fall in step with him, finding myself strangely transfixed with how human he can be in moments like this. Let's see. I think I lost count a few decades ago, to be honest. We'll just go with a lot. There are so many things I long to ask him, but I wonder how boring it must get for someone who has lived as long as him to tell the same stories over and over again. So you really live under the town? How big is your clan?
13, including me. So relatively small. And yes, there are catacombs that run right beneath us. It's quite cozy down there, actually.
I crinkle my nose at him, earning a laugh.
Hey, don't look at me like that. It is, I swear. We take full advantage of the fact that we have somewhere safe and comfortable to live during daylight hours, without confining ourselves to caves or boarded-up dives.
I'm sure you're the envy of all the other clans. They mostly despise us. We aren't quite murderous or hungry enough for them. Are you, close with any of your clan members? He promptly stops walking, his boots scuffing against the icy cobblestones. Close. I clear my throat, shrugging and trying to brush it off. I know what I meant, and I think he does too. You know, intimate. I haven't heard of many vampires who don't have mates, especially those who are clan leaders. He stares me down. MC, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to us?
I don't have a partner right now, no. I can't say I'm interested in getting into relationships with my own kind.
Toxic, please, I swear to God. Isn't that lonely? His laugh is noticeably tinged with a little sadness.
There are many ways to cure loneliness. However, being immortal is inherently lonely, regardless of your relationship status.
He says status. So, if you don't favor other vampires in that way, what species do you prefer to seek the company of? Girl! Girl, why are you asking these questions? What the fuck? What the fuck? As if I don't know that this was gonna happen. I actually don't really remember this section. He starts walking again, tipping his head for me to follow.
Humans, of course.
Alright. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm about. I'm not gonna play. He tilts his head, carefully nudging me with his elbow as he steps a little closer. I bite my lip, trying to stop an idiotic smile from spreading across my face. Well, it's just lucky I happen to be a human then, isn't it? He moves to stand in front of me, walking backward, a shit-eating grin on that infuriatingly handsome face.
Quite lucky indeed.
I try to avert my gaze and step ahead slightly, but he follows me with a smile, one that has heat creeping onto my cheeks even in this impossible cold. Aren't you supposed to be escorting me, not teasing me?
Oh, but you're so easy to tease. I do enjoy making you blush. The color suits you.
Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up! Stop! I roll my eyes, stopping dead in my tracks, earning a laugh from him. I'm not blushing, it's freezing. Apparently, I'm a liar now. He reaches for my wrist, his long fingers gently curling around it, his thumb pressed against my fluttering pulse. Talks, I swear to Christ. His gaze flickers to the point of contact, then back to my face. My skin is somehow alight even underneath his cold touch. He's asking for permission, and I nod, granting it to him. He turns my hand over in his own, my palm facing up. He traces the lines, head, life, sun, fate, and heart, and he watches me intently as he does so.
You know, I can feel every hitch in your breath, every rush of blood in your veins. The steady and not so steady beat of your heart.
I hate it here.
There's no hiding from me, Hunter.
Oh my god. Okay. Yep. This was a good idea, Hex. This is a great idea. I did play myself. I played myself very much. I clear my throat, finding it hard to form words. His touch is so painfully gentle it almost aches. No hiding, He pauses over my pulse, pressing a little harder and feeling it protest against his fingertips.
My instincts are not something I can switch off. But you really have no reason to hide. I'm not going to hurt you, unless you ask nicely.
Crushed by a car, thank God. Maybe now you'll stop teasing me. He slowly releases me, guiding my hand back to my side, and I miss the contact the moment it's gone. You're impossible. With a shrug, he's moving onward, his hands back in his pockets. He throws me a look over his shoulder, something soft and affectionate.
Humans.
Dweebus. The festival is overflowing and teeming with life and laughter as we push our way into the crowds that gather around the colorful stalls. I stay close to Finn, amused to see townsfolk enthusiastically waving and smiling at him. You're quite popular, aren't you? He shrugs, a hand hovering close to my waist as he guides me through.
We offer the town protection, so most of them tend to be quite grateful to us. There are some who are less than thrilled about my presence, though, so don't be fooled.
We finally find a break in the crowd and move to stand near the edge of the market where we can see the docks clearly. It's mostly the older residents who are hesitant to trust me, and I don't really blame them. Why wouldn't they trust you? He looks away, flexing his fingers, the magic that flows through his iron arm fluttering with the movement.
Because I'm still a vampire. The former head of my clan, my sire, was not interested in offering the town any kind of protection. Though we did not hunt near here, word travels.
I let the silence between us linger, giving him a moment before he's turning to me with that trademark toothy grin. Let me show you how us Lunarians do things, shall we? He holds out his arm and I take it without hesitation. Then Piper emerges from the crowd, stopping us both in our tracks. She's armed, albeit subtly, and her smile is friendly as she approaches.
Well, well, what have we here? You get the attention of all the pretty ones, don't you, Casimir?
Hello, Piper.
Pretty ones?
Ignore her. She's just bitter that Willenheim has her doing grunt work tonight. Isn't that right, Merriman?
Everyone else gets a night off, and yet here I am, shouting at drunkards for getting too handsy with the sweet stand.
Finn is clearly amused by her bad mood, and she throws him a glare, but her lips curl into a smile, and I fucked up and I pressed things too soon. I get the impression that these two are friendly. Anyway, what are you two up to? Going to show her your dingy underground lair, Casimir? Finn rolls his eyes. The catacombs are no less dingy than the hovel you call home, I'm sure. I'm sure they're both lovely? Piper snorts, elbowing Finn in the ribs. I prefer to stay above ground. Those tunnels give me the creeps.
Well, you give us the creeps. So I guess we're even, aren't we?
Says the dead man.
Are you really working tonight, Piper? She sighs and cocks her head. Yes, and I'd better get back to it, actually. No doubt Willenheim is on the lookout, just dying for me to fuck up. It was nice seeing you both. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Piper waves as she departs, shouting loudly as she goes.
Fingers crossed for no horrible murders.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Finn huffs a laugh, shaking his head incredulously. You two are friends, then? He shrugs. I suppose. She's all right and she doesn't bother us. She's good at understanding we mean no harm. I think you two are quite similar, actually, so it makes sense.
I've been compared to worse. I'll take it. At least she can hold her liquor. Come on, let's have a look around.
He insists on showing me his favorite stall, one that overflows with a selection of beautiful parchments, colorful inks, and sketchbooks. He enthusiastically points out which notebook he purchased for Omen when he saw him scribbling on the back of Ezra's shop records one day. We turn the corner and find an exasperated Ezra perusing the herbalist stall, bickering with the sour-faced woman that owns it. Finn smiles, approaching him quietly and placing a hand upon his back to announce his presence. Is there a problem? Ezra turns, visibly relaxing when he sees him. Nothing other than her trying to stiff me for her shoddy Angelica route. He mutters something under his breath and hands over his coin, stuffing the goods into his pocket. Sorry about that. I apparently take the price of goods a bit too seriously sometimes. Are you two enjoying yourselves? Finn looks at me expectantly, raising a scarred brow in question. Of course. How can I not with such a wonderful guide? I'm glad to hear it. I'd better dash. I left Omen and Alcar at the docks to save a spot for the fireworks. Was that a good idea? Alcar probably has them halfway to I don't know how to say that, actually. Theoris by now? I don't know. I laugh, but it's probably true. Shit. I'll go and see if I can find them. I've already confiscated chocolate from Omen twice. He just can't resist, can he? No matter how much he complains about his tongue tingling. Enjoy the fireworks. I hear they'll be quite impressive this year. He glances at Finn and winks playfully. Behave, you.
Don't I always?
If you say so. Goodbye, you two.
Would you like to watch the fireworks? We don't have to. They're not exactly impressive, and I've seen them more than a few times in my lifetime. But if you want...
Finn just asked me to go see the fireworks with him. Why would I say no? Oh. I know what happens if we click the other option, and I don't know if it's appropriate for stream. Oh, no, wait. I'm thinking of something else. Har talks. Never mind. What would you do if you weren't here with me? He ponders my question for a moment, scuffing his boots on the ground as he steps closer.
Let's go for a walk. I want to show you my favorite place here in Lunaris. It's not far. Come on.
I was thinking it was going to be a very different scene, but that's not till much later. He takes me down to the beach, and it's small and not exactly something you would expect to see in a town like Lunaris, but the water that gently laps against the shore is soothing. I can see why he likes it here.
I come here often. It's one of the only places that I can find a little peace, other than the graveyard.
When was the last time you saw the sun? I almost immediately regret asking when I see his face fall. Why would you do that, ma'am? Come on.
Oh, just a good 660-something years ago, give or take. But that's okay, because I have places like this that still look wonderful in the darkness. And good company helps too.
He stands close, our fingertips brushing. I shiver at the feel of his cold skin, craving that contact. Ooh. Thank you for showing me. It's really lovely. He hums his agreement, and we stand in silence for a little while, the noise of the festival a distant murmur. I rove my eyes over his face, the milky glow of the moon. This is going to be so melodramatic. Some of this is like mildly embarrassing to read out loud. The milky glow of the moonlight spilling over his cheeks, and his dark lashes flutter as he stares up at the stars. My heart stutters in my chest, and I think back to his words earlier on, knowing that he's heard it. I wonder what it sounds like to him. Is it a rush? A quickening? A desperate thrum? A smirk hooks the corner of his mouth, but he doesn't turn to meet my gaze. Fireworks burst across the sky, sparks scattering wildly, and Finn looks as otherworldly as he truly is, as his sharp features are bathed in ever-shifting colors. I look skyward, and it's only as I avert my gaze that I feel him looking at me. Oh, you guys ready for the most like cliche moment in all of video game history? Let's go. It's beautiful. His next words are soft.
Yes. Beautiful.
Aha, get it? And he's looking at us. Hee 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 hee. You heard of the man. Chat, Finn thinks you're beautiful, chat. It's true. I feel his fingers reach for mine, my breath stuttering as I meet his touch willingly. Not even the ice-cold chill of his skin could cool the impossible heat that I feel in this moment. The fireworks stop and the crowd cheers, and then there's perfect silence. Nothing but him and I and the gentle sound of the waves lapping against the shore. My gaze drops to our loosely entwined fingers, then up to meet burning gold. With little thought and very little hesitation, we both lean in until our lips are but a breath apart. Ooh. Then, a scream. Blood-curdling and awful in the distance. Womp. Oh yeah, this picture is so cute. I hope that's in the gallery. I kind of want to make that my desktop background. I'm sorry, Ryuji, I love you, but... Warning! Any dialogue options labeled fight in this chapter will lead to scenes containing violence and gore. Player discretion is advised. The cold wind whips against my skin as I run as fast as I can, sinking deeper into the ominous woodland that surrounds Lunaris. I'm hot on Piper's heels, and she's determined and hyper-focused, as am I. There's nothing like the hunt. The way my instincts drive every feeling, my senses sharpened to a knife's edge. My every thought is fixated on winning, and only winning. I can think of nothing else but finding the source of the distress, a terrible sense of dread swirling deep in my gut. The woods are teeming with every hunter and enforcer Lunaris has to offer, each and every one of us silently hoping that this isn't what we think it is. Yeah, the game is a huge tease right in that section for sure. That this isn't the fifth victim that we've all been expecting. Another of our comrades targeted and slain so brutally, and without an apparent motive. Killed simply for doing their job, protecting humankind. My feet pound the frost-crisp grass, tall trees with gnarled branches that curl inward like talons, almost naked from winter's grasp, looming high above us. I spot eyes glowing in the darkness, but I quickly realize that they're carved messily into the rickety tree trunks. They glow ominously, and as another gust of wind blows, I swear I see them blink. I make a mental note to remind myself to return to investigate, though I'm sure they're nothing new. not in a town like this. Piper skids to a stop, her fingers diligently hovering just above the handle of each of her daggers that sit safely in the holster at her back. Did you hear that? A quiet but obvious whisper echoes amongst the trees, a pained groan from something unquestionably inhuman, from a creature. I did. Her fingers twitch, so do mine. Eyes narrowed, every sense razor sharp and zoned in on that singular point.
It feels young and inexperienced. It's beneath our skill level. Beneath us.
She says it with such a confidence, but her guard is still firmly up. The duo of wide-eyed hunter sergeants that have been ordered to tail us arrive at our side, their cheeks rosy from the harsh bite of the wind. Major? Piper opens her mouth to respond, but she pauses, looking to me.
You're the highest rank here, General. Do we move on and let these two handle it? Or do you fancy working out some tension?
I'm pretty sure if we don't interfere here, these sergeants die. So I'm gonna go ahead and fight. I'm actually not sure though. I'm gonna save over this part. I could always do with working out a little tension.
That's what I was hoping you'd say. I haven't had a good fight in what feels like forever.
I turn to address the sergeants. Continue heading for the rendezvous point. If you encounter General Willenheim, tell them we're on the way. They nod a little too eagerly and run onward. The hairs on the back of my neck rise the second they're out of sight. My body is gearing up for a fight, adrenaline coursing generously through my veins. I close my eyes and clear my mind. I can hear the steady, assured thrum of Piper's heartbeat, the quiet rustle of the grass, the leaves rustling in the trees. Then I feel it. A vampire, a youngling. Her aura is frantic and skittish. She's only just awoken. She's hungry and scared. She's trying to hide. I smile. We're out quite far. I always used to find younglings in this area. She can likely sense that there's a clan here. She's either seeking guidance or an easy meal. It's too dangerous to let her live. She's unstable. Then we kill her. The youngling finally emerges from the tree line, her vivid crimson irises surrounded by a blackened sclera. Sclera? I've never known if you're supposed to say the C in that word. Her eyes flicker wildly as she lumbers towards us, unfocused and impossibly unsteady on her feet. This should be easy. She's clearly deprived of blood. Dark, vining veins surround her wild eyes and creep down her pale cheeks. She wears no shoes, her feet black with mud, and her clothing is torn and saturated with blood, most of it likely her own. Her death was obviously not a merciful one. She's quite clearly been left to navigate her rebirth by herself, and this never ends well. Ends in the slaughter of innocent lives. Her lips curl menacingly to reveal sharp fangs that she's clearly still getting used to, and she lunges at us without hesitation. We'll block. I block her attack without a second thought, sending her staggering. I know without a doubt that she doesn't stand a chance. Not against me, not against Piper, and certainly not against us together. The youngling screeches, a deafening sound that leaves my eardrums crackling, but we relent. She tries again, shrieking as she attempts to attach herself to Piper's neck with her fangs bared. Piper glances at me with a certain ferocity burning in her gaze, our twin instincts sizzling, itching for a kill.
Not today, sweetheart.
Piper kicks her square in the chest, sending her hurtling towards me. After a swift elbow to the face, which leaves her stunned, I grab her about the waist and tackle her to the forest floor. I seat myself upon her back, and Piper quickly assists, holding her arms steady where she tries to claw at me. The youngling thrashes and screams as I forcibly grab her hair, yanking her head back. Piper stares her down, shaking her head.
Put her out of her misery.
We work in tandem to remove her head clean from her body. It's the only way, however violent it may be. I feel warmth spraying against my skin, the unmistakable smell of copper permeating the air. The visceral sound of tearing flesh and breaking bone fills the clearing. Then she turns to nothingness beneath us. An unrecognizable pile of blood and viscera. Yet another human life stolen and twisted into something evil. Well, that was fun. I brush the dirt from my knees and take a deep breath, watching Piper clean off her bloodied daggers on the grass. We should really get going. She turns to face me, and I spot that her face is covered in a dark splattering of crimson. Oh, I absolutely have to flirt and get that for her. I take a tentative step forward, and her eyes quickly flicker to my face. You have a little something. I do? I nod, stepping closer again, unable to stifle the smile that threatens to curl at my lips as she stares me down. Right here. I touch the tip of her nose, then each of her cheeks. May I? She arches a brow at me, her eyes are sparkling wickedly. You may. She tilts her head and waits expectantly, a hand resting upon her cocked hip. I reach out and brush my thumb over the apple of her full, freckled cheeks, wiping away the still wet blood. It smears, so I press a little harder, grimacing as I make even more of a mess of her face. She huffs a quiet laugh. I can tell she was attempting to swallow, and she grabs my wrist and reels me in.
Come on, put your back into it.
I laugh as Piper uses the sleeve of my coat to roughly wipe her face clean, leaving her cheeks a delightfully rosy red. How do I look? I inspect the damage to my sleeve with a sigh as I register the bloodstains. It's certainly not the worst mess I've been in. Positively ravishing, as always. Hoss. I clear my throat, enchanted by the way her eyes crinkle at the corners when she laughs. I mean it, Piper. Even covered in blood. I know you mean it.
We'd better get going. August will be having an absolute bitch fit.
Piper tilts her head to the side, a loud crack, as her bones click back into their rightful place. Let's dash. It's easy to tell what we're dealing with as we draw nearer to the scene. Dozens of hunters and enforcers of varying ranks saturate the small clearing, the majority of them still dressed in their festival attire, much like Piper and I. We spot a retrieval team emerging from the tree line. Their faces are pale and drawn. It's then that I know. They didn't make it.
You're here.
We are. We ran into some trouble on the way, but we took care of it. I gathered that's why you were so late. It's fine. Obviously, such things cannot be prevented.
It's not good news, as I'm sure you can tell.
My heart sinks. I knew, but hearing it out loud is still unpleasant. Do we have an identity? They shake their head, brushing the fronts of their fur coat that I'm sure they're less than happy about wearing in such a situation.
We cannot identify
Their voice catches.
There is no body. Again. Nothing but, well, I don't need to repeat such monstrous details. You've read the reports from the previous murders. Much of the same ghastliness.
Piper scoffs, her shoulders tensing, and I swear I can see tears in her eyes. She's hurting and angry. So angry that I can feel it. Goose flesh prickles across my skin thanks to our close proximity, and my own emotions waver with the sheer force of it. This is fucking ridiculous.
This cannot keep happening, August!
I flinch, feeling the surge of energy as August reacts. The smell of ozone is suddenly thick in the air. There's a flash in the darkness, and violet sparks crackle about their clenched fist, their eyes alight.
Thank you, Piper, for your input. I didn't know this was upsetting. I assumed everyone was enjoying this.
A dozen eyes turn to look at them, and they quickly calm themselves. August looks beyond exhausted as always. The skin beneath their eyes is purple, their cheeks drawn. Piper opens her mouth to retaliate, but wisely decides against it. This actually might be the first time I've seen her look guilty. August averts their gaze as if they can't bear to look at her. They're upset too.
I suggest you keep your thoughts to yourself in such a situation. Unless you have any useful insight.
Damn, son. Well, not son in the gendered sense, just son. It's not a question.
Yes. Sorry, General.
I thought as much. We're all hurting, Piper. Not just you. August sighs deeply, sparing us both a woeful glance before they address the gathered forces.
Hunters, any mages present will patrol the immediate area. Generals will head further afield and begin an extensive perimeter search. I want no stone unturned here. Any juniors need to get the hell out of here. You're not equipped to even think about dealing with whatever this thing is. And I won't be responsible for your demise.
Jesus.
Anyone else present is to report back to headquarters immediately. We'll need people on the ground in order to reassure the townsfolk. I don't want this causing widespread panic. It's damage control time.
There's a quiet, subdued mumble of, "Yes, General." And they all dutifully begin to obey August's orders, disappearing in various directions. Would you like me to join in the perimeter search? No, I'd like you to go home. Leave this to the others. We need you ready for anything that may transpire overnight. Of course. Piper fidgets, uneasy. Well, you're a major, aren't you? If you were listening, you'll know what I asked of you. The tension between them is yet again immensely unpleasant. Of course, General. She should have expected such a response, and I wonder if she'll ever learn. Or maybe she's hoping to rile them up. I can't tell. She throws me a quick, pitiful glance before she glares at August and turns to join her comrades. Later. August massages their temples, inhaling sharply. I notice that their hands are trembling, and I unconsciously take a step towards them, fearful that they may pass out. They hold out their hand. I'm fine, Billy. General.
I appreciate your concern, Hunter, really. Anything that ails me is my fault and mine alone.
But we're a team, man. Teams care about each other. We gotta support each other. Now, please head back. I mean it when I said I need you rested.
You'll be the first to hear if anything significant happens. I'll send a messenger to retrieve you when the victim has been identified.
Of course. Good night, and stay safe. If you think I'm staying out here in this for another second, you're sorely mistaken. I have a mount of paperwork the size of the Ibeca on my desk. Farewell, Hex. I take a final look at the scene where the Enforcer witches have cast their mage lights over a bloodied patch of grass, leaving them to their work no matter how much I long to investigate. After that outburst, it's best not to question my Enforcer's request. I bow my head before I turn, eager to get out of here. As I head back through the woodland, I notice how eerily silent it is. A strange sense of calm washes over me. Then, a whisper. Harry. I tried to whisper, it did not work out well. I stop dead in my tracks, my hand hovering over my weapon. I see nothing, feel nothing, no matter how hard I concentrate. Then I realize that voice, that familiar yet subdued ache that begins to creep into my temple. James? You deserve to know. The pain ebbs and flows, my breathing growing unsteady, almost as if something weighs heavy upon my chest. The fleeting, comforting calm that had just settled over me is snatched away as his voice continues to echo in my mind. No, what? I'm sorry. A sharp, burning pain shoots up along my spine and I fall to the ground. The snow-covered grass is wet beneath my fingertips. His words were cut off, and after a moment, I'm yet again surrounded by a blissful silence. Fucking ghosts. I drag myself to my feet, and now I only have one thing on my mind. One thing that I must do. Visit the Lieutenant General and find out what the hell is happening to me. After having no luck finding him in his own office, I head to the only other place I assume he may be at this hour. The door to August's office is thankfully ajar, so I peek around the frame, finding Harry standing alone. He has a report in his hand, his coat hung on the back of August's chair. He looks exhausted, his eyes red-rimmed. However, when he notices me, he still offers me a bright, earnest smile.
I can't tell you how relieved I am to see you safe.
My throat feels tight, and I can't quite place why. James is doing a good job of making it difficult for me to stop thinking about him. The pain I felt from his final moment was raw, like an exposed nerve. For some reason, when I think of it, I now think of Harry. I need to know why he wanted me to come here, why everything seems to point back to the man standing before me. I need to tell you something, but I need you to promise me that you won't think I've lost my mind. Harry narrows his gaze, nodding once. Go on. When I see James, I just think of Charles from Let's Play. This is Harry. James is the ghost in our brain. Is that who you mean when you see Harry? We're about to find out who James really is, but... Yeah, Harry. Yeah, I can see why you'd think that for sure. I can see the similarities. Except I will say, Charles is better than Harry. For a lot of reasons. Most of which you guys will just have to find out. I visited the graveyard a few days ago while I was getting my bearings. He stays silent, but I can't help but notice the way his knuckles bleed white as he tightens his fist. I felt an overwhelming sense of grief there. Pain, a yearning for a lost love, a sense of failure and crippling sorrow. I thought nothing of it at the time. It's not unheard of for those that have been murdered to feel scared or sentimental in their final moments. I fucked up again. In my experience, okay. But Harry drops his gaze, his bright eyes sad and edged with tears. My words threaten to catch in my throat, but I relent. The other night, I visited again. It was almost like something was pulling me there. I heard more, not just a memory this time. He spoke to me. He looks like he's seen a ghost. He stares at me wide-eyed, quickly swiping at his cheeks.
Oh, James.
I get the horrible feeling that he's been waiting for this. I need to know. He nods, clearly understanding. Then he takes a deep, shuddering breath.
James was assigned as my very first hunter the moment we both graduated at 18. He'd shown remarkable promise in school, basically skipping all of the junior nonsense that they force on you.
This is about to get really sad.
I, too, had impressed, so we were placed together in the hopes that we'd become unstoppable. We were inseparable in the field together for decades, until I took this post as Lieutenant General.
A pause, and another deep breath. One that shakes.
But, as well as being my subordinate, he was also my partner. My husband.
Oh, my heart. This always gets to me. My heart sinks, bile rising in my throat. I've read countless reports about him and the infamous Hunter Lane over the years, but I never knew his first name or anything about him other than his incomparable work. Official records tend to omit personal details for the safety of the hunter or enforcer in question, unless they become a leader like Harry. They were inimitable, the best of the best. Together they killed some of the most nefarious creatures in our history, and, without question, every young trainee aspires to be just like Hunter Lane. To think that he's just gone, and what Harry must be going through. I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
For nearly 10 years, yes. But we'd known each other forever. I failed the hunter initiation quite dramatically, and he was taken away to his father's home country to train to become what I'd always dreamed of becoming. Life had other plans for me, but we still found each other in the end. He used to joke that we were destined. The romantic fool. I really don't think it's sunk in that he's gone just yet. I keep thinking he's going to walk through my door, covered head to toe in blood and grime, with a stupid, wonderful grin on his face.
God, the voice actors in this game just fucking kill it, man. He sounds so sad. I notice how his eyes light up when he talks about him.
They say that people deal with grief differently, but I haven't quite figured mine out just yet. I apologize for not telling you, but it was important to me that I could trust you first. My judgment has been impaired, I'll admit it, though this turn of events isn't exactly what I expected. All I can think about now is justice. About the others that died before him, and what we could have done to stop it. What I could have done to stop it.
It's so sad. What did he tell you when he spoke to you? His words waver, and he mindlessly fiddles with his wedding band, eagerly awaiting my response. I think about what Ezra said, about being careful who I share this with. Did that warning apply to the Lieutenant General of all of Escria? What do you think, chat? Should we tell Harry the truth, or should we lie to him? I don't remember which is what, to be honest, so... I don't remember what lying entails. I don't think it has any sort of effect on the game, but I think he deserves the truth. He told me to leave, that he failed, and that there is no hope. He swallows thickly, his expression unchanging. Oh, okay. So, I knew one of the options was to say that James wanted to tell Harry that he loved him. I didn't realize that was the lie. So we were omitting. It was either tell the truth about this part that he said, or omit this and only convey James's love for him. I got the impression he wanted to say more, but I don't know how he managed to communicate with me in the first place. I think he can only say so much before he fades away. It feels like a great struggle for him to reach out. I cannot explain it. He closes his eyes tight, shaking his head as if he can't bear to hear anymore.
I will need you to speak to Augustus about this. They know more about psionic magic than anyone here. I'm sure they'll be able to help you figure this out. I do not trust anyone else.
Then a hopeful look.
Did he truly not say anything else?
He didn't, but the first night I felt him, I could tell how much he loved you, Harry. You were all he could think about in his final moments. He laughs quietly.
Yes. Well, he's all I can think about too. A curse now, I suppose.
Oh, it hurts. My heart. Silence hangs heavy between us, and I don't quite know what to say next. He looks devastated, understandably. He must have so much on his mind already with this latest murder, and now this. The way he came alive when he spoke about James didn't go unnoticed, and I wonder if maybe talking about him would lift his mood. There's a lot of hunters out there that can only aspire to be half as brilliant as Hunter Lane. I would love to hear what he was like, if you don't mind. His somber expression disappears, and he seems to brighten up a little.
He was a cocky son of a bitch, but it worked well for him in the field. He was never careless, though. I often found myself watching him instead of paying attention to whatever was attacking us. Luckily, he could fight well enough to protect us both, or I'm sure we'd have been in trouble. A lot of enforcers choose to stay cooped up in a stuffy office, away from all that danger. Working with James made me not want to miss a thing.
Of course he stops talking right as I shove a fry in my mouth. He digs into his coat pocket, retrieving his wallet and pulling out a small, weathered photo. Oh, this photo is so cute. He pauses, staring me down as if he has reservations, but then he hands it over. My heart! It's of him and James. They look young, beyond happy, and impossibly in love.
We were unbearable to be around, I'm sure.
I study the genuine smiles and the way their fingers are laced together. I may not know James aside from the voice in my head, but I feel a strange connection to him, as if I've also known him forever. Thank you for showing me. He tucks the photo back into its place right beside a neatly folded up letter.
Well, Apparently, he appears to have taken a liking to you. It's only fair for you to put a face to the name, I suppose.
He stares down at his hand, once again twisting his wedding band. His expression is neutral when he meets my gaze, but in a split second, his disposition shifts to the stiff formality I'm so used to when dealing with figures of authority. I gather that our conversation about his dearly departed is over.
What happened tonight could have been prevented. It's unacceptable that we were so aware of the looming threat, and yet we let our guard down and lost another life. This cannot happen again.
It wouldn't have happened if you insisted on the festival, or if you hadn't insisted on the festival, Harry. Just saying. I nod, agreeing wholeheartedly, but I cannot shake the feeling that yes, this could have been prevented if it weren't for the festival. Agreed. See, MC knows. The festival he was so adamant went ahead, despite others' clear apprehension, including August. I think better of pressing the matter. Harry suddenly doesn't seem like a man willing to admit fault. Did you speak to the twins as I requested? I did. As I'm sure you expected, I didn't get much out of them. A quiet hum, which I think is an indifferent agreement, and Harry sighs heavily. They are rather adept at both lying and sheer avoidance. I am interested in speaking to the brother alone, though. There was something off about him, like he just didn't want to be there. I also came across a letter outside the building, one that was addressed to him. The language looked demonic. Harry nods, indifferent, and I wonder if he even heard me. He clears his throat and flicks his eyes to the side as though he has no interest in humoring me any longer.
There's nothing more you can do here until we've identified the victim. Get some rest. It's late. You're dismissed, Hunter.
Though I'm used to being addressed in such a manner, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't perplexed by the shift in his demeanor. I chalk it down to grief, just like he said, but I can't help but feel like maybe I've disappointed him somehow. I turn and I quietly leave. Snow is still falling as I step outside. Though the hour is late, there's certainly no peaceful quiet in Lunaris tonight. The streets outside of headquarters are bustling with hunters, enforcers, and everything in between. I keep my head down as I make my way towards the wolf. I fall into a trance as I replay my conversation with Harry over and over, trying to pinpoint the exact moment that made him change his attitude so drastically. I'm snapped back to reality when I bump into something cold and hard, finding a pair of familiar golden eyes staring back at me when I look up.
Distracted, are we?
Leave me alone, mister. I step back, brushing down the front of my coat. I can see that his... Wow. I can see that his lips are on the cusp of curling to the side in a vaguely amused smirk. You could say that. It's been a long night. He offers me a sympathetic look, shoving his hands firmly into his coat pockets as a duo of enforcers pass by. They make a point to glare at him and, by proxy, at me for being near him. Finn dutifully avoids their gazes like a man who has had centuries to perfect feigning indifference to the way people like me treat him and his kind.
I can imagine. I'm just glad to see that you're okay. I was worried for you when you ran off back there.
Oh, yes. That. With the flare of adrenaline that the hunt had granted me, I'd foolishly almost forgotten about the stolen promise. I can't talk. About the stolen promise of his cool lips against mine. Now it feels like a dream as I stand on this snow-covered street, but Finn is all too real. I clear my throat, distracted by the thought of it. I'm sorry we were so rudely interrupted. He laughs, and the sight of his wide, toothy smile is enough to make me forget my troubles. Even if it just... Brain, function, please. Even if just for a fleeting moment. I keep inserting words into the sentence that I think should be there and they aren't. Somehow Finn always serves as a good distraction.
Nothing like a good murder to ruin such a moment, You know, they'll have your head for treason if they hear you joking about such things. Regardless, I really am happy that you're safe. I had fun with you.
Finn makes brain go boom. It's true. It's also getting late, so my brain is starting to go, huh? I should hope that you did. It would be hard not to. He turns to check that the street is clear, turning back to me with a serious look. I have my clan patrolling the woods. I'll ensure they're out until dawn searching if necessary. Anything we can do to help find whatever or whoever is doing this. I'm grateful for the assistance, and I certainly can't say I've ever had an entire clan of vampires as allies before. I'm optimistic that their help will be of a great value to me. That's very kind. After an indecipherable pause, Finn's expression drifts somewhere far away. You know, I was out there just now. I picked up a scent. Something familiar. Familiar how? He steps closer, and there's a certain air of caution in the way he addresses me, as if he's unsure that we're truly alone. I didn't get to hang around. There were too many enforcers, but the blood on that stone we found in the graveyard, at the scene of... He pauses, apprehension clouding the way he looks at me. His next words are glum and as dead as his demeanor. Of Hunter Lane's death. He's testing the waters, if the way he holds my stare is anything to go by, waiting to see just how clued in I am. I know about him, Finn. I spoke to Harry just now. He might be a vampire, but the look that crosses his face momentarily isn't exactly subtle. He casts his eyes away from me, the frown that settled at his brow softening around the edges. He licks one of his fangs, thinking with a forlornness that suits him a little too well. I see. And how did that go? I shrug, because I can't really offer him anything else. I feel deflated and defeated. Not great. He's in mourning, and I don't think he's in the right mind to be making decisions. Finn purses his lips, contemplating my statement.
That's a bold way to speak of your Lieutenant General, but I don't doubt your instincts. I've lost loved ones, and it's never easy. The mind needs time to heal after such trauma, and all Harry is doing is delaying his grief.
Eventually, he throws me a half-hearted smile, but I sense it's something pitiful rather than friendly. I suspect my frustration with my current predicament is glaringly obvious without him having to read my thoughts.
I'm sorry you've been kept so in the dark. I can sense that you're frustrated, and I don't blame you. As much as I may not agree with certain information being withheld, it truly is for your safety.
It's funny, because everyone keeps saying such things, but it certainly doesn't feel like anything other than sheer avoidance. He removes a hand from his pocket, running long fingers through his hair with a knowing exhale. Yes, well, I cannot excuse anyone else's behavior, but I can apologize for my own. Come by the catacombs when you get the chance. I have some things we can discuss that may help. I'm just ignoring you at this point, and I hope you know that. Though spending some time underground in a tomb sounds less than appealing, Finn doesn't look like the kind of man who lives in squalor. Plus, any information is valued, and Finn has lived here long enough to know the ins and outs of this strange little town. Thank you. I'll take you up on that as soon as I can. He tips his head, encouraging me to follow him towards the wolf, I assume. Come on, I'll walk you home. I am eager to get inside, and with a few strides I catch up to him, falling in step. I don't require an escort, you know. Everyone seems so set on ensuring I'm safe, but you all seem to be forgetting I was brought here to save the day. Supposedly. He purses his lips in an obvious attempt to stop himself from laughing, and I watch the bob of his throat as he swallows the noise.
I'm aware that you require no assistance, but think about the hunters that were killed. They were of your caliber, your rank. The best of the best, as the enforcers love to say. The thought of you ending up like them is not a pleasant one. We may not have known you for very long, but we don't want to see you get hurt. I've certainly grown quite fond of you.
I try to hide my smile, but it's hard when he's being so wonderfully charming. Very well, but no coddling, understand? Yes, General. He laughs again when he catches sight of the dramatic roll of my eyes, sidestepping with startling grace to avoid the elbow that I launch towards his rib cage. We walk quietly through the streets, the cobblestones glistening. Kid fuck. We walk quietly through the streets, the cobblestones glistening with frost. The moon is full and hangs low in the sky, as it always seems to here in Lunaris, and Finn exhales sharply to break the silence. I glance at him, too tired to ask him any of the hundreds of questions that run through my mind. I think he knows, somehow, because he also seems to have something on the tip of his tongue. We stop outside the Wolf, the lantern that hangs above the door dark thanks to the late hour. I glance up at the now familiar sign, a scrappy-looking white wolf howling at a full moon, and I laugh. Finn leans against the mismatched brick and stares at me quite intently, his eyes unnervingly bright in the growing darkness. What's funny? You're all masters at being painfully cryptic, and yet I still feel at home. But I shouldn't trust a single one of you, should I? He turns, checking we're alone again, before he leans a little closer, his voice low.
That's for you to decide. So, tell me, Hunter, what does that tricky little gut of yours tell you about all of this? About us? What do you feel?
Ooh, what do I feel? Like I need a drink. Oh, that's always the mood, my dude. It's always the mood. Well, obviously I'm gonna pick the flirt option. Nobody is surprised. I find myself getting lost in molten gold, watching him watch me. A witty response turns to ash upon my tongue. I'm hyper aware of how close we are, caught by the memory of his hand in mine at the beach, of our lips hovering so close that I could feel his cool breath against my skin. There is a bug on my screen. I think I got it. He remains silent, and I clear my throat. So, the festival. He smiles softly, fingers twitching by his side.
I was expecting some brilliant insight into your investigation, but I'm more than happy to discuss our date.
I huff an incredulous laugh, the noise catching in my throat thanks to his bold statement. A date, was it? He feigns offense, clutching his chest where I know his heart doesn't beat. My smile widens at the ridiculousness of the gesture.
I cannot believe that you would dismiss our evening together as anything other than a date. Especially after you seduced me so beautifully.
His fangs graze his bottom lip. It's just so ridiculous. It's like, I'm not even like flustered. It's just funny to me. And my toes curl in my boots at the thought of what they're capable of. A stark reminder that he's still a creature, and I'm very much a human that kills such things. I seduced you, did I? If I recall correctly, you were the one who took my hand, who leaned in. His answering laugh is enchanting, his nose crinkling, pearly white fangs glistening.
It takes two to tango, as they say. I'm just teasing, though. I do not take offense if you didn't see it as such. I had a good time regardless. I was rather upset our night together ended so abruptly, but duty calls, right?
This time I really do elbow him, catching him square in the ribs. He's polite enough to let out a quiet oof, but I know he's truly unaffected. My elbow, on the other hand, he grins, all lopsided and beautiful. Exactly. And I should probably be doing many things other than talking to strange vampires in the snow at this early hour. Yes, like sleeping. And yet, here you are. I sigh, joining him in leaning against the wall, my breath turning to mist against the cold air. Here I stay. I wish I knew what it was about him that draws me in, besides the obvious. By all accounts, I should be overly cautious around such a creature, but Finn makes me feel more at ease than I thought possible. And I need that tonight, more than ever. I want to get to know him, to understand why my heart pounds so feverishly whenever he's near. Girl, you have known him like 2 days. Calm it the fuck down. I should head inside. My words sound dull, and I know I don't mean them. I'm looking for a reason to stay right here, anchored in this spot. You sound positively enthused. I shrug, sparing the old door of the tavern a glance. The sheets are scratchy. I'm just psyching myself up. That's fair. After a very brief pause, he quickly steals his gaze. He reaches out and runs a cool iron finger along the curve of my cheekbone. The etchings flicker in the darkness.
You are quite lovely, you know?
Help me. I could not resist the impulse to tip my head in blatant invitation, the way wolves show submission, burying the column of my throat to a man that could rip it out in the blink of an eye. His cool digit... I've always hated that. I've always hated that description for fingers. It's weird to me. Whatever. It stops over the place where my pulse thrums furiously, and I no longer care that he can hear, that he knows what he's doing to me. He smells strangely like a dying summer, though I suspect his memories of sunshine are long dead.
Sweet dreams, fair hunter. I daren't keep you from your rest much longer.
My traitorous body shivers under his touch, and I mourn the loss of it when he finally pulls away. He quickly stuffs his hands back into his coat pockets, as if the temptation would be too much if he didn't. I take a deep breath and try to gather my wits. I can't seem to find it in me to mind. He smiles at that, and I sense reluctance as he pushes away from the wall, ready to depart.
Ah, alas, you have a town to save. Plus, the night is still young, for a creature like myself.
I sigh, staying closer than is probably necessary, craving contact of any kind as I watch his grin grow wider. Right. I really should head inside, though, I suppose.
A pleasure as always. And remember, we've got your back. Should we find anything of interest overnight, I'll come running. Daylight permitting, of course. Good night, Hunter.
I return his smile, pushing the heavy door to the wolf open and praying it doesn't creak and wake the other residents. Good night, Finn. I watch him go before I close the door, only the light of the moon guiding his way as he disappears into the darkness. I finally settle upon the hard mattress, the cheap sheets harsh against my skin as I attempt to get comfortable. Light from the low-hanging moon pours into my room. I've scrubbed myself clean of any traces of grime from the hunt, and I can't help but feel irritated from the sheer lack of progress I've made so far. I come to the conclusion that there are too many secret keepers... Oh, I read that wrong. I come to the conclusion that there are too many secret keepers in this town, and I refuse to feel defeated or to let it continue. Overwhelmed by today's events, I find myself falling into a swift and dreamless sleep. Reality settles over me when I wake, a thick smog that almost suffocates me as I reluctantly drag myself from the almost comfort of my bed. I haven't had anywhere near enough rest, but I must relent. I gather the energy to dress and head downstairs to face whatever obstacles are hastily and inevitably shoved in my way. As my eyes take in the bleary sight of the empty tavern, the hideous sound of the scraping of wood against stone assaults my ears. In a corner of the room, Alcar stumbles to his feet, the chair he's been sitting on almost toppling over. He catches it and sets it right, then grimaces briefly before stalking over to me. It's easy to see the hunch of his shoulders and the stiffness of his posture. For a moment I wonder if he's hurt somehow, but as he comes closer it seems more likely he's only... wary, perhaps? Not unusual, but with the commotion last night it still puts me ill at ease. I don't need supernatural senses to know that this is going to be another pebble on the mountain of mysteries. He looks a mess. What has he been doing? Rolling around on the forest floor?
Hunter, I need to speak with you.
Oh yeah, I forgot one of his outfits is him with the hood up. He doesn't sound like the aloof, cocky half-lycan I've come to know. He speaks forcefully, but there's a tremor in his voice that's hard to miss. What's wrong? The frown deepens. Instead of explaining himself, Alcar holds out his hand and uncurls his fingers, revealing a crumpled ball of fabric. For a moment, I stare at him and at the thing he's holding without comprehension. Alcar stares back, his expression telling me he thinks I'm an idiot for not getting it. But then I realize the distinctive purple under the dirt and the dried crusted blood, and my stomach drops. A hunter's sash. Alcar is holding a hunter's sash in his hand. Or what's left of it. The thing is in a sorry state, its original color almost indistinguishable under the grime. Carefully, I reach out to take it from him for closer inspection. He looks down.
It doesn't belong to the hunter that was killed last night. It doesn't belong to any of them. It's not right. The smell.
I stare at him in disbelief, shaking my head as I feel the gritty fabric between my fingers. Then who does it belong to? Alcar shrugs half-heartedly. In the tavern's uncertain light, his face is drawn and his eyes are sunken. Exhausted, I realize. But his tail still flicks back and forth, back and forth. In impatience or agitation. It's hard to tell with him. All I know is that Alcar is telling the truth, if for no other reason than because he's too worn out for deception. I tried, but I couldn't tell. I searched all night with Finn's clan, but we came up short. He looks over his shoulder, checking to ensure we don't have company.
I have to be careful. I can't be seen with such things. They'll...
A sharp exhale and he admits defeat, shoulders drooping, ears flat against his head. There's as much bitter resentment in his voice as there is sulk.
They'll make me pay for my generosity with my own blood. Again.
The certainty with which he says it makes my stomach drop, almost as much as his grim resignation. I'm not going to let them hurt you, Alcar. I hold up the piece of scrap fabric, handling it like it's gold. It might as well be. I have no idea what it might mean for the investigation yet, but it's still very clearly something. And I'm well aware of the trust, or perhaps desperation, that it took this seeming pariah to come and entrust it to me, in person. I hear him scoff. Yeah, I'll pray. For you. I roll my eyes at him. Aren't we talking about you and your issues here?
I don't have an issue. Well, I'm unlikely to have one if you keep mum about where you found that fabric scrap. Which I'm sure you will, yes?
Asking me to lie to my superiors already? What are we? But I speak in jest, and I make sure my tone communicates as such. I already know discretion must and will be employed once I decide to report this finding to August or the Lieutenant General. I don't want him hurt. I don't want them to hurt him. Alcar smirks at me, resting his hands on his hips. Some of that cockiness finding its way back to him. A welcoming sight, and one I'm glad to see. Sure, I'll gamble on it. There are worse odds to bet on. He leans closer suddenly, lowering his voice despite the empty tavern.
I don't know how much or how little you've decided to trust the Pomps in that workplace of yours. And I said all that shit about not trusting anyone. But just listen to me this once. Take that to Ezra, not your superior.
He regards me with beseeching intensity, eyes flickering across my face like he's looking for some sort of give, something he can trust. I don't know if I can give it to him. Alcar's concern for his own well-being, I understand. This is different. Yet I have no desire to bother Harry this morning, not after last night, and not over an inconclusive scrap of something that smells strange. August is another mystery altogether. Ezra does have a wonderful little shop full of witchy magic. In a town this small, I can only surmise he would be the one with the most tools at his disposal to suss out an analysis for something like this. It does make sense to go to him, which is all well and good, because Alcar is beginning to look downright fidgety. All right, I'll go to Ezra with this. Alcar stares at me for a second longer, like he doesn't know if I was being honest. Eventually, however, his shoulders relax and he takes a step back.
Then my job's done. Hope you don't mind me quitting this place. The tavern's no fun when there's nobody here to annoy.
It's true. He drops into a mocking, half-assed bow, his tail switching, and then all but squeezes himself out the door, right past me before I can so much as frown. I stare at where Alcar has already vanished, and I wonder for a moment if I should chase him down. He's no hunter, and I have a feeling, not entirely natural, that the thing out there isn't interested in lycans, witches, demons, or vampires. It's nothing to do with the killing pattern. It's... Sighing, I tuck my coat a little tighter around myself and reluctantly make to follow his path. Breakfast will have to wait. I think I'm actually gonna save there, because we are coming up on about 4 hours. This is a good stopping point before we get into the next section of the game here. Oh, we're still on chapter 3. I thought we were further in. I forget where the chapter cutoffs are. I'm gonna go to the end here. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, thank you for hanging out, Talks, and to everyone else still in chat. I really appreciate you guys lurking about. I know we had some gaffes and goofs and some chicanery happen with figuring out this new platform and everything, and I imagine it's still going to take a little adjusting, and I know it's not as inconvenient, or it's not as convenient. I'm just tired at this point. It doesn't even have anything to do with him. It's not as convenient as Twitch and things, but I appreciate you guys coming by to support me anyway. I will be back tomorrow with raid stream for 14, just like usual, but hopefully I will have the rest of things figured out by then. So I appreciate all of you for coming.